Bone and Joint, Ascension St. John, Trails and Barbecue by TTCU, by St. Francis Hospital, and First Bank of Owasso. With a preview of tonight's game and tonight's opponent, let's take you to the stadium with Jared Gallagher and the voice of the Owasso Rams, Steve Bowery. 1, 2, 3.
We're officially 9 weeks into Owasso's quest for high school football glory. But last week, they hit a roadblock. The playoff picture has changed, and instead of locking in home field advantage, the Rams are fighting for their playoff lives. Tonight, they've traveled the 114 miles to Moore High School, where the revived Lions are waiting for battle. Despite the distance, this is a place Owasso has owned so many times throughout the years, and they look to do so again tonight against the Moore Lions. Hello, friends. Jared Gallagher with you in the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast booth at Moore School Stadium, where the 6-2 Owasso Rams take on the 6-2 Moore Lions. This has been a season of great promise for the Rams and will continue to be so with a victory here tonight. It's 60 degrees and windy across the South Central Plains as we get set for kickoff. We'll welcome in Rams head coach Bill Blankenship to the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast booth after a break to chat about tonight's opponent. You're listening to the Owasso Ram pregame show on 100.1 KYFM.
I started Folds of Honor above my garage 13 years ago because 90% of spouses and children of killed or disabled U.S. service members receive no federal education assistance. Our mission has never wavered. We honor their sacrifices by educating their legacy.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to you, I will be a construction engineer.
An elementary school teacher. Thank you for helping me fulfill my dream of going to med school.
We're able to award these scholarships because patriots like you refuse to turn your back on the cost of freedom. Join the Folds of Honor Squadron today. Your $13 a month will help ensure we never turn military families away. This is your call to duty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to people like you, I know my dad is not forgotten.
As Owasso's hometown community bank, First Bank of Owasso is a proud supporter of the Owasso Rams. Nearly 30% of its employees are Owasso High School alumni, and they are ready to serve you and your banking needs. First Bank of Owasso is in Owasso, for Owasso, and has been since 1962. First Bank of Owasso, member FDIC.
Executive Homes is proud to introduce Owasso's premier neighborhood, Presley Hollow. Located on 76th Street and 148th East Avenue, Presley Hollow features the area's best amenities, including 2 pools, basketball courts, state-of-the-art playground, clubhouse, and 2 ponds. Starting just above $300,000, each home in Presley Hollow is loaded with premium finishes and always available at a guaranteed price. Visit executivehomes.com for more information. Hello, Ram Nation. This is Coach Blankenship. We're proud to have a winning tradition here in Owasso, both on the field and off. And as we strive for excellence, our partners at Jim Glover, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat strive for excellence also. And that's why they're this year's Dealer Raiders Dealer of the Year. With the region's only Jeep showcase store, Jim Glover Jeep focused specifically on the Jeep lifestyle. So if you're in the market for a Jeep, there's only one place to go, and that's Jim Glover here in Owasso. And don't forget, they can customize your Jeep to fit your lifestyle. Tell them Coach B sent you.
Ascension St. John ER care teams are here for you, with strong safety measures in place to protect you and your family. If you have concerns about a heart attack, stroke, difficulty breathing, or a severe mental health condition, don't delay care. Go directly to the ER or call 911. Delaying care could make your condition worse and make it more difficult to recover. Ascension St. John Emergency Care is available 24/7. Find a location at getstjohncare.com.
Tulsa Bone and Joint Owasso is proud to support the Owasso Rams. Our trained orthopedic physicians and athletic trainers will be on the sidelines in case you need us. With an office conveniently located inside the St. John Owasso Physician Building, Tulsa Bone and Joint physicians and physical therapists are nearby to serve you and your family. We wish the Owasso Rams a safe and successful football season. Tulsa Bone and Joint Owasso, moving life forward.
The Rams are our hometown team, and Johnny Kohler Jewelry is your hometown jeweler. Our team can design the next custom piece of jewelry, or come in to shop popular brands and estate pieces, or for a quick watch battery change or complimentary cleaning. No matter what you need, John E. Kohler Jewelry has the right play for you. As your hometown jeweler, we love to see the Owasso Rams win under Friday Night Lights. Come by and meet our winning team at John E. Kohler Jewelry Designs, and we'll make every visit a touchdown. Welcome back to the Bill Blankenship Show, powered by First United Mortgage, and the Owasso Rams are 6-2 on the season, 3-2 in district play, and we're starting to see some potential playoff scenarios, Coach, with just 2 weeks left in the regular season. What do you know about our district, how it's shaping up, and how that might play out through the next 2 weeks?
Well, we've gotten ourselves into a situation where Union has the tiebreaker with the win over us. Mustang has a tiebreaker with the win over us. So they would each have to have 2 losses before we could ever get back even with them. So that's going to put us on the road. So now we're playing for 3rd or 4th spot in our district, which is going to put us on the road for playoff round 1. And so how that plays out, I'm not real sure. It looks like it could be Broken Arrow. It looks like it could be Santa Fe. You know, I'm not sure how all that's going to happen.
We'll just have to see, and obviously we want to take this 1 week at a time as well. We've got a big matchup this week with Moore High School, who's also 6-2 on the year. Coach, when you get into a dogfight, and we've seen some dogfights this season, when you get into a dogfight, what are the strengths that you can rely on with your program?
We've got a great group of leaders on this team. That may get said more often than you actually feel it as a coach, but we've got a group that I really, really do trust. Jake Clifton, MJ, Michael Jamerson, Cole Adams. I can just keep going down a list. There are probably 8 or 10 young men that I just know that we absolutely are going to get their very best. Derek Overstreet. I mean, this guy is going to give you 110% every time he goes out there, and they believe they're going to find a way to win. Brandon Ramsey. I mean, this guy is an unbelievable leader. And so those are the things I fall back on, is we've got young men in our locker room and on our team that are bringing people along with them that absolutely have that spirit about them that, you know, we're going to find a way to make this a win.
Right, absolutely. And I know how hard they took last Friday night, especially guys like Jake Clifton, you know, senior night. You saw him after the game just on the field. I mean, he gave it all he had, and I know that, you know, he poured his heart and soul and body out for this program last Friday night. And so it's the guys like him that you want to battle for. A physical game last week, Coach. I know there were some guys banged up. It was probably the most physical game we've seen in terms of seeing guys a little shaken up, whatever. But in a short week coming up, we've got a game Thursday night. How do you feel about your roster going into this game?
You're right. Mustang does a really good job of running the football. They're good up front, blocking physically. We held up fine. We took a tough loss with Cody Chase. Cody Chase has a fracture in his lower leg and won't be able to finish the year with us. So, I mean, he'll be with us but won't be playing.
Right, sure.
So that's a tough one for us. So we're going to have to make some adjustments. Probably see Jake Gillespie get a whole lot more work. We're doing, making some other swaps around. You know, we may move Brandon Ramsey back to safety at times just to try to get the best group out there.
Sure.
But the rest of the guys were more, I would say, you know, we got bruised up and all that, but probably as much our feelings got hurt,
right,
you know, as anything else. And, going into the 9th game of the year, you're going to have a lot of bumps and bruises and soreness and all that. And we've got several guys in the training room, you know, getting rehab work every day. They've got to continue that because it's a short week going into a Thursday night game.
A lot of wear and tear, obviously, going 9 weeks into the season, and the recovery time just kind of maybe is stretched out a little bit longer. But 17, 18-year-old kids, they're pretty flexible. They can bounce back from quite a bit. Coach, the last 2 games of the season are on the road in the Oklahoma City area. How are you looking to re-engage your program, as I know those are long bus rides over there? And we've talked about about this before on the coach's show, but how are you looking to re-engage your team, make sure they're ready to play?
We've got to pack our own energy. The great thing about playing at home in the fourth quarter, that was an electric atmosphere. Our sideline was incredible. The fans were incredible. The spirit groups, it was a great feeling to be a part of. Well, take all that away because you're going to go into the Moore Stadium and you're not going to feel that. You're not going to have that. And so the best thing I can tell our guys is we have to literally, when you pack your uniform, you got to pack your energy and your spirit and all that stuff with it. We've got to get our own sideline to get engaged and to get our guys going. And we've just got to find a way to create that momentum that we've got to play with to play at the highest level that we need to play.
Let's take another break. When we come back, we'll talk about this week's opponent, the Moore Lions. You're listening to the Owasso Ram pregame show on 100.1 KYFM.
Hello, Owasso. This is Ray Adcock with Christian Brothers Automotive, and we just want to say thank you for supporting us as a local business. I know for our family, we own a business here, we live here, we go to church here. All 4 of our kids are in school here. And when we shop, we always consider to try to spend our money in town. We go to restaurants that we know are owned by people from Owasso. If we leave town to get gas, we drive back on fumes to buy gas here because we want to keep that money in the Owasso School District. And recently we had a hailstorm that damaged our roof. We chose a roofer that, based on the owners from Owasso, the business is based in Owasso, and so we're always trying to keep it local. And so we just want to say thank you. We know a lot of you guys are doing the same thing to help support us. When it comes time to service your vehicle, if something breaks or just to do the maintenance, we would appreciate your consideration. We just want to say thank you, and we love being a part of Owasso.
Seems like every game and app and service wants to charge you a fee. Monthly fee, usage fee, delivery fee. So how about a checking account that pays you, huh? Then remember this. You get paid on every Visa debit transaction with PayMe Checking from Communication Federal Credit Union. Online, in apps, or in stores. Last year, our members earned over $240,000 in paybacks with PayMe Checking. Get paid instead of paying. Communication Federal Credit Union. Some restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Back to school times here again. Randy here with Wholesale Computer Supply, your locally owned and operated computer superstore. We have everything you need for back to school computing or working from home. Save up to $100 on laptops and desktop computers now. Want to be 25% more productive while working from home? We have a solution with the dual monitor setup for under $150. 3 locations to serve you better. East Tulsa, Midtown, and Owasso at 96th Street North and Garnett. Wholesale Computer Supply, where we'll do all we can.
State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller are proud to support the Owasso Rams in their pursuit of excellence, both on and off the field. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, or even pet insurance, visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Go Rams! Wings to Go in Owasso can be described as simply great wings. Wings to Go in Owasso is located on 129th, just up from Home Depot. Wings to Go is a proud supporter of the Owasso Rams and all of the Owasso community. Friday special chicken tenders, gotta check them out. They are delicious. Boneless special on Wednesdays. Come on in. You can check out the menu on wings2go.com. Stop in before the game, grab Wings to Go, or bring the family and enjoy simply great wings with us at Wings to Go, Owasso.
Whether you're looking to purchase a new home, build, refinance, or renovate, or your local mortgage resource. As part of a 100-year-old bank, First United Bank Mortgage is here to help you spend life wisely. Reach out to J.D. Doris or Jason Karn of First United Bank Mortgage today for further information. 918-408-4991. J.D. Doris is a licensed lender in Oklahoma, NMLS number 469266. Jason Karn is a licensed lender in Oklahoma, NMLS 469129. First United Bank is a licensed lender in Oklahoma and Texas, NMLS number 400025. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC. All loans subject to program guidelines and final underwriting approval. Not all applicants qualify. Information and pricing are subject to change at any time and without notice.
My name is Steve Mowry, and this is my wife, Renee.
We've been proud members of the Owasso community for over 55 years. When we have roofing needs, we have always chosen Zach Harbaugh and Duralast Roofing Specialist. Zach and his team offer the highest quality roofing services and more, ensuring that our home is protected from the top down. Call Zach Harbaugh at Duralast Roofing Specialist today at 918-906-7800.
Good job, hun. You read all my lines.
Molly Jordan, a Keller Williams Premier agent in Owasso, is not only a huge fan of Owasso athletics, Molly is also a huge supporter of everything Owasso. Molly has been selling homes and properties in Owasso for a long time and understands this market. Call Molly Jordan or find her on Facebook. Call her at 918-520-6015 today. Go Rams. Let's have a winning season in Owasso and call Molly Jordan.
Welcome back to the Bill Blankenship Show on 100.1 KYFM, powered by First United Mortgage. We are with Coach Blankenship here, and the Rams are on the road this week at Moore High School. It seems like we get one of these a year, Coach. Kind of odd circumstances. You're playing at Moore, which is an interesting facility. It's a Thursday night game, not a Friday night game. It's tough to get that energy going sometimes. 7 o'clock kick, long drive over. What do you know about the Moore Lions? They're 6-2 on the season. What do you know about them, and how are you game planning for them?
They're a very well-coached team. Brad Hill has been there for a few years now, and Coach has kind of ridden the roller coaster with these guys. We were over there in 2018 and took a loss to Moore.
That's right.
In that stadium. They had a really good team that year. He took a little bit of a dip, the next couple of years, and then they're back. They were here doing some 7-on-7 tournaments and things with us, and so we know the talent level's a lot better than it has been the last couple of years. They're very active. These guys, they play a very aggressive defensive style where they load the box up and play a lot of man coverage. And so there ought to be opportunities for big play for us, but we're going to have to do a good job with our protection, getting the ball out of our hands, and winning some one-on-one battles. Defensively, they're a challenge for us as well. They run all kinds of sets. They're another version of kind of what we see when we play the Jinx team. Multiple formations, a lot of different looks. Sometimes they got 2 or 3 tight ends, and then the next time they're in empty. They got a young man that is their go-to player. He may be a receiver. He may be a wildcat quarterback. He also plays corner. He's their best player on the team, and it's going to run through him, number 7. But we've got to do a great job of getting lined up and getting our personnel matchups.
It seems, Coach, especially when you're playing anybody from the Moore district, every year one of those teams is going to be loaded. And I know that, kind of the transfer rules are interesting. Right. You can pretty freely transfer back and forth between those 3 high schools. It seems like every year one of the 3 is going to be loaded, and this year it's the Moore Lions.
I think you're exactly right, and that's what we've seen. The South Moore had seen the exodus a little bit, and haven't been quite as familiar with West Moore. But I definitely think that's why you get a little more ebb and flow from these schools. But Moore is 6-2, and we have to remind ourselves that's exactly what we are. And so both of us are going to go into that with the same record. We are fighting for a 3rd place spot. Got to actually earn our way into the playoffs. We got to be ultra serious about this road trip.
And finally, let's talk keys to victory for Thursday night. Obviously, we're looking for a fast start. It seems like those long trips takes a while to get going, and then you look at last week, not the start you were looking for, obviously. Fast start, but what else are you looking for? What are your goals for your team?
Well, we've got to win the turnover battle. We've got to win the takeaways. We've got to get more takeaways than we give up the ball. I think we need to be +3, and if we're +3 in the turnover takeaway margin, that's going to be a big tell for us. And then I think we have a better opportunity to win the kicking game this week. Mustang had a kicker that could put it in the end zone. We didn't get many opportunities for returns, and so we will have more opportunity for returns this week. We're going to have to do a good job of getting after them on their punting game, and then also do a great job of ourselves in the kicking game. And if we can win that and the turnover margin, I think we'll come out here with a victory.
Coach, thanks for being here.
All right, brother.
When we come back, we'll set the scene for this Class 6A1 matchup and get ready for action down on the field. That's on the other side of this break. You're listening to the Owasso Ram pregame show on 100.1 KYFM. The Rams are our hometown team, and John E. Kohler Jewelry is your hometown jeweler. Our team can design the next custom piece of jewelry, or come in to shop popular brands and estate pieces, or for a quick watch battery change or complimentary cleaning. No matter what you need, John E. Kohler Jewelry has the right play for you. As your hometown jeweler, we love to see the Owasso Rams win under Friday Night Lights. Come by and meet our winning team at John E. Kohler Jewelry Designs, and we'll make every visit a touchdown.
Jeff and Shelley Waters of Waterstone Cleaners in Owasso and Tulsa are proud supporters of Owasso Athletics. Waterstone Cleaners has served this area since 2006, and they love all things Owasso. They offer dry cleaning and full laundry service at Waterstone Cleaners. Stop by the Owasso location at the corner of 96th and Garnett. In Owasso, go Rams! When chip happens, it's a good thing. That's because Chip Shepard with Shepard Technologies is the #1 computer repair and IT technician in Owasso. With expertise in firewall technologies, network design, server administration, and computer networking, Shepard Technologies is the answer to your tech needs. For more information, request a quote today, whenchiphappens.com.
Whether it's supporting Owasso football on Friday nights or making sure you're covered in life, State Farm Agent Robert Long is there for you. When it comes to home, life, and auto insurance, go with the one who's supported the Rams since day one. Go with State Farm Agent Robert Long, located on 86th Street in Owasso.
There's barbecue, then there's barbecue. Trails Inn is the barbecue headquarters of the Owasso Rams. Owner and longtime Ram fan John Cash uses locally sourced ingredients, and their meats are cooked low and slow over pecan hardwood. Trails Inn Barbecue serves smoke-blasted barbecue that is long on flavor and short on pretense. Trails Inn Barbecue is here for all your dine-in and catering needs. Trails Inn Barbecue, located at 8888 North Garnett Road in Owasso, proud supporter of Owasso Athletics.
Fun money. Everybody loves spending it. What would you do if TTCU gave you $200? Well, start thinking, because now you can earn a $200 bonus just for opening a new TTCU checking account with direct deposit with approved credit. Some restrictions apply. Offer ends 10/31/21. Annual percentage yield for dividend-bearing accounts is 0.15% as of 6/15/21. Federally insured by NCUA. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
We welcome you in once again to the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast booth. Jared Gallagher with you, Steve Mowry in the booth tonight. And Steve, a lovely evening here on top of the hill at Moore School Stadium. The Owasso Rams 6-2 on the season, taking on the equal 6-2 Moore Lions. And Steve, it looks like we're going to have a pretty good crowd, at least here on the home side. And you know, this is a little bit different circumstance than what we're used to coming over here with the Moore Lions.
Yeah, it's a position that the Rams haven't been familiar with the last few seasons. With that loss last week, Mustang back home, it really sets a stage here tonight for a lot of playoff implications to still be played out. And the Rams are going to face a very good foe here tonight. As we heard Coach Blankenship in his pregame interview, both teams 6-2, both teams 3-2 in district play right now. You look at the second district, Union in first place, Mustang in second place, Owasso and Moore tied at 3-2 in third and fourth place, with Norman North close behind. And these last two games are really going to set the table for where the Owasso Rams will be placed in the first round of the playoffs.
And Steve, when you look at the two losses that Owasso has at Union, 10-7 in overtime, and then last week against Mustang, another one-score ball game. On paper, you know, you're looking at third place, having to travel in the first round. But if you listen to those games, if you watch those games, Owasso was in both of them and had opportunities to win both of those games. So looking at that, you've got to feel better about where Owasso is.
Yeah, and Jared, it's a kind of, you look at both of those games, I don't want to take anything away from Union. They played probably their best game of the season against Owasso. The Rams were not sharp that night, and let's face it, last week, the Rams certainly in the first half, probably their worst half of the season. Again, credit Mustang coming in with a great game plan, a great defensive plan. They had 5 interceptions in that game, and the Rams also with a fumble. And as Coach Blankenship alluded to, anytime you turn the ball over on downs, that's equal to a turnover. So a couple of games that give credit to the opponent, but also the Rams were not sharp in a lot of those games. And last week, down 26 points twice to even come back with 6 turnovers to have a chance in that ball game says a lot about this ball club. Still hate to lose. It hurts. We did not play well, but I'm telling you, we still got some horses. We got players. A lot of football left to be played out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know Coach Blankenship and nobody on this staff wants to take a moral victory out of last week. But when you look at it, look at the stats, 650 yards of offense.
Yeah.
You had 6 turnovers, like you mentioned. 5 turnovers. One kid had 5 turnovers for Mustang's defense. Career night for that.
Right.
For that kid.
We may have made him all state off that game film.
And still had an opportunity to drive it down at the end of the game with a chance to go ahead with about a minute left.
Yeah, I mean, you come in and it's just a few inches away from it going the other direction and completely changing the perspective of this district play. But hey, I give Mustang and Coach Lee Blankenship kudos for the job that they did. But we'll be fine coming in here tonight. Now, we're going to face a good ball club, but certainly the Owasso Rams, I know there was a lot of leadership from the senior leadership team within the ball club that I think really got this team's attention and understanding of how important it is to come out here tonight and punch them in the mouth and start off quick.
Yeah, you want a message to be sent. You lose that game on senior night, and those seniors are going to get that message, I would imagine. So, nonetheless, we're here on Thursday night at Moore School Stadium. It is a blustery evening. Steve, let's go to the Christian Brothers Automotive drive to the game. I know we both made the drive here. We kind of did some carpooling on the way down here.
Yeah, down the turnpike wasn't so bad, but boy, the winds, we could really feel it moving vehicles around. I could see it pushing buses and semi-trucks back and forth across the road. We took kind of the new back route into the stadium off of Kickapoo.
Oh, it's
coming
wonderful.
around, and you and I talked about earlier, you miss all of that downtown rush hour traffic, and it was, but let's just say starting out here tonight, my anxiety level is much lower than typically what it would be, because I've been stuck in traffic here a couple of times before thinking, I'm not going to make kickoff, but no problems there tonight.
That's right, yeah. We got to miss all of that rush hour traffic. We had plenty of time to get to Del Rancho and have our pregame steak sandwich meal. It was really great. That's the Christian Brothers Automotive drive to the game. Christian Brothers Automotive keeps you rolling with expert maintenance and repair. Go see our good friend Ray Adcock and his team at Christian Brothers Automotive on the corner of 96th and Garnett in Owasso. Steve, it is senior night here at Moore School Stadium. The band is out on the field. Let's take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll have our uniform report brought to you by Stone Canyon Living Magazine, our Kohler Jewelry Keys to Victory, and our starting lineups brought to you by Spotlight 918. You're listening to the Owasso Ram pregame show on 100.1 KYFM.
It's football time in Oklahoma. It's your Owasso Rams versus the Moore Lions. Here we go. Live from Moore Stadium in Moore, Oklahoma. This is Ram Football.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jason Griffin.
And I'm Dr. Caleb Nunley.
And we at Tulsa Bone & Joint are happy to be the team physicians for the
Owasso Rams.
I'm Dexter Millsap.
And I'm Zach McGinty, and we are the athletic trainers for the Owasso Rams.
Here's some of the services that we provide in the Tulsa Bone and Joint Athletic Training Facility.
Take my hand, don't let go. Look in my eyes and in my soul. Hold me close, hold me near. Please let go of all your fear. I'm not going anywhere.
There are currently 2 million American spouses and children whose family member was killed or disabled in defense of our country, which is why I founded the Folds of Honor, providing educational scholarships to the families of 1% of the Americans who protect our freedom.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Fold of Honor.
Please join our squadron today. Your $13 a month speaks volumes and changes lives forever.
Brothers Automotive broadcast booth here at Moore School Stadium. The Owasso Rams getting set to take on the Moore High School Lions. We're glad you're with us. Jared Gallagher, Steve Mowry on the call here this evening. Hall of Famer, the voice of Owasso, Steve Mowry. Congratulations, by the way, Steve. I haven't had a chance to tell you congratulations yet. That was pretty special last week.
Yeah, that was a special night, and just very grateful and humbled to be one of the inductees. I looked around, Jared, and thought, what in the world am I doing here? Because it just caused me to look back over the years of all the great Owasso athletes that have come through Owasso High School, and just proud and honored to be a part of that.
And by my count, I think that means I only need about 74 more years if I'm on the Steve Mowry plan for the Owasso High School Hall of Fame. So with that, Steve, let's get into the starting lineups tonight, brought to you by Spotlight 918.
Well, we look at the Rams on offense tonight. At left tackle will be Nolan Ackenhausen. Moving over from right guard to left guard, Jacob Smitty. Tyron Collins will be at center. Moving in at right guard tonight somewhat will be Michael Jamerson, and then the right tackle, Ryan Case. At the skill positions, it'll be Derek Overstreet and Emery Neely in the backfield. The wide receivers, Cole Adams, Ronnie Thomas, Keelan Carney, and Jeray Austin. And starting at quarterback tonight will be Mason Willingham. But again, don't be surprised to see if Coach Blankenship doesn't go to that two-platoon quarterback and bring in Austin Havens as well.
That's right, Steve, and a bit of a new wrinkle there with bringing Michael Jamerson in off of the defensive side of the ball into that right tackle, right guard position.
Well, and let me say, we're still going to see Rhett Fultz in at left guard, but I think what Coach Blankenship is trying to do, we're probably thinnest the most at the offensive line position, and so trying to work Michael Jamerson in there. He's not going to play the whole time, but get him some reps so that he can be one of those go-to guys as we move forward into the playoffs.
And on the defense starting lineup for the Rams,
it'll be Chris McClellan starting at defensive end. The other defensive end will be Gage Smith. Your defensive tackles will be Michael Jamerson along with Tyler Rich. We've also seen Trey Hall come in in the game, doing a really good job. At linebackers will be Jacob Clifton along with Brody Doris and Braden Foster. But again, we'll see Aiden Lewis, Elisha Malvo, and some Kel Pennington still being worked into the ball game. In the secondary, it'll be Brandon Ramsey along with Corbin Green, but also rotating will be Khalik Boatwright and Chance Millgate. Jake Adams will be at the safety position, and Jake Gillespie will be moving in to Cody Chase, who is done probably for the season.
Yeah, and we talked with Coach Blankenship about that as well here before this game. Cody Chase, unfortunate to have him out. But that is your Owasso Rams starting lineups, brought to you by Spotlight 918. The captains are coming out onto the field. It looks like for the Rams, it'll be our standard captains this evening, Chris McClellan, Jake Clifton, and
Cole
Cole Adams, that's right. Yeah, sorry, we're a long way up here.
Yep, and good news about that, Jared. If fans saw the stream last week, Cole looked like he may have twisted up a knee, but I think he just got caught up there momentarily. He has been full, complete practice this week, done a great job, and he should be at 100%. So at least the result from that apparent injury, no injury whatsoever.
Steve, our uniform report tonight is brought to you by Stone Canyon Living Magazine, and this is our first good look at both uniforms. The Moore Lions bringing out 4 captains here tonight with all of their seniors here on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to go with the kind of cherry red jerseys with blue trim, white numerals, also cherry red pants with blue stripe down the side. They have the blue helmets with the Lions logo on the side. But for the Owasso Rams, my favorite uniforms, the all-white. Love the white jerseys and white pants trimmed in red, and then the traditional red Ram helmet with the white horns, and a sharp, clean look here for Owasso tonight.
Thank you to Stone Canyon Living Magazine for providing our uniform report tonight. Rediscover nature and redefine home at stonecanyonliving.com.
So it looks like the Rams won the toss, have elected to defer to the second half. They will defend the west goal, and the Moore Lions will receive the opening kickoff.
Steve, let's take another 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll go over our Kohler Jewelry keys to victory and bring you kickoff live from Moore School Stadium. You're listening to the Owasso Ram pregame show on 100.1 KYFM.
Hey, this is Paul Smith, former TU and NFL quarterback. My good friends at Waldo's Chicken and Beer at 71st and Yale by Tzatziki's. It's the home of Southern fried and fire roasted chicken. Enjoy your chicken on the bone, on the bun, in a basket, or in a bowl. Toss in several scratch-made sides, including 3 cheese, mac and cheese, and collard greens, homemade sauces, and you found yourself a new favorite chicken spot. Locally owned and operated.
Hello, Owasso. This is Ray Adcock with Christian Brothers Automotive, and we just want to say thank you for supporting us as a local business. I know for our family, we own a business here, we live here, we go to church here. All 4 of our kids are in school here. And when we shop, we always consider to try to spend our money in town. We go to restaurants that we know are owned by people from Owasso. If we leave town to get gas, we drive back on fumes to buy gas here because we want to keep that money in the Owasso School District. And recently we had a hailstorm that damaged our roof. We chose a roofer that, based on the owners from Owasso, the business is based in Owasso, so we're always trying to keep it local. And so we just want to say thank you. We know a lot of you guys are doing the same thing to help support us. When it comes time to service your vehicle, if something breaks, or just to do the maintenance, we would appreciate your consideration. We just want to say thank you, and we love being a part of Owasso.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, don't trust your real estate needs to just any mom and pop company. At the Hopper Group, you get local market expertise with the backing of a worldwide network. Enjoy RE/MAX results with the Hopper Group.
Score a touchdown with Owasso Computer Repair. Whether you need computer repair, upgrades, or general cleanup, Owasso Computer Repair can assist you with all your needs. For more information, visit OwassoComputerRepair.com. Go Rams!
Welcome back to the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast booth at Moore School Stadium. The Owasso Rams getting set to kick off to the Moore Lions. Both programs 6-2 on the season, 3-2 in district play. Steve, this is a big one here in Week 9. And what are your Kohler Jewelry keys to victory here this evening?
Well, I think they're very simple, Jared, coming out of the game last week especially. I'm going to say mistakes. You've got to limit turnovers. You've got to win the turnover battle, and you can't get penalties in critical situations. But also, I think it's mentality. You want to come out and be physical, but also do what you do. Don't worry so much about the opponent, but do what you do, and you should be fine. Execute, come out and take care of business. Don't get tricked, don't get trapped, and just do your job, and the Owasso Rams should be fine. You know, the Rams have won 3 out of the last 4 matchups between these two ball clubs, and they still average 43 points a game, and just giving up 20 a game. So just do what you do, and things should come out right. But in conjunction with that, as you mentioned previously, we want to start fast and get on the board first.
Owasso's home for fine jewelry is John E. Kohler Jewelry Designs. Go see John and his team at Owasso Expressway at the Tie-In Plaza as we get set for kickoff. Jake Adams kicking off for the Owasso Rams.
So the Rams will tee it up at their own 40-yard line, and we are getting ready to get this one kicked off, and it's going to go deep and caught at the goal line. They're going to say he gets a chance to pick it up and comes out over the bobble. He's across the 30, here to the near side, the 40, the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, and it's going to be a touchdown. More Lions on the opening kickoff, which goes against one of the keys we mentioned in the very beginning, Jared. And just like that, it's 6-0 with the extra point pending. But Jared, how many times do you see a kickoff or a punt that is bobbled and it just throws everybody out of sync in the coverage?
You're right, Steve. That was a situation. He was standing right on the goal line, had a chance to field it. He bobbled the kickoff. The ball never went past the goal line, so that's why it was a live ball the entire time. His feet were standing on the goal line, but that just bottled up to the defenders, and he was able to get outside as that extra point hits the post and goes in. So it's 7-0 more, 12 seconds into this ball game. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll bring you more first half action here at Moore School Stadium. You're listening to the Owasso Rams Sports Network on 100.1 KYFM.
For a fun challenge and a true test of golf, visit Bailey Ranch Golf Club in Owasso. Located just 10 minutes north of Tulsa, Bailey Ranch is now open for play following an extensive renovation to the golf course. Be one of the first to experience the new Bailey Ranch Golf Club on 86th Street, just 2 minutes west of Highway 169. Book your tee time today at BaileyRanchGolf.com. The Rams are our hometown team, and John E. Kohler Jewelry is your hometown jeweler. Our team can design the next custom piece of jewelry, or come in to shop popular brands and estate pieces, or for a quick watch battery change or complimentary cleaning. No matter what you need, John E. Kohler Jewelry has the right play for you. As your hometown jeweler, we love to see the Owasso Rams win under Friday night lights. Come by and meet our winning team at John E. Kohler Jewelry Designs, and we'll make every visit a touchdown.
Kickoff is a short kickoff to Jeray Austin, coming to the near side across the 35, and then he's thrown out of bounds. And that's where the Rams will take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. But, Jared, we saw that kickoff return. We mentioned about our keys to the game, and on the kickoff, we see Braden Clark. Thought he might have stepped into the end zone. The referee let the play continue. He came up through the middle and then came to the near side and basically just outran the coverage.
Yeah, I'd be curious on that one, Steve. I don't think the ball crossed the goal line, but his feet were definitely on or beyond the goal line. So be curious to know what that ruling is. But nonetheless, it's 7 points on the board for Moore.
Mason Willingham flips it out to his right, to his receiver, caught there. And we've got a race to the end zone. Ronnie Thomas Jr. down the sideline to the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Owasso Rams on their first play.
How about that for a punchback? 30 seconds into the ball game, we've got 2 touchdowns scored. This could be an absolute horse race here tonight.
Ronnie Thomas Jr. comes across, and then Mason Willingham just turns to his right, flips it. I don't know. I think I could have probably tossed that one out there, but then it was Ronnie Thomas. Got great blocking from his receivers on the far side. The Rams line up front had a wall, and it was a race to the end zone, and my money's on Ronnie Thomas every time on that, as Jake Adams will come out to attempt the extra point. Cole Adams with the hold. The kick is up, and it's good. And with 30 seconds off the clock here in the first quarter, 2 touchdown scores. It's Owasso 7, Moore 7. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
And Agent Casey Miller are proud to support the Owasso Rams in their pursuit of excellence, both on and off the field. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, or even pet insurance, visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Go Rams!
Welcome back to Moore Schools Stadium, where the Rams have struck back quickly with a 63-yard touchdown pass from Mason Willingham to Ronnie Thomas. And just like that, we're tied at 7. There's 11 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. The end score of this game could be 220 to 215 if it stays like this.
Hey, Steve, no harm, no foul here. It's just like we're starting over here with 12 minutes to go. Just 30 seconds off the clock. 7-7 tie ball game. We'll see if the Rams have some better coverage here on this kickoff.
I don't want to take anything away from our statistician, Rob Williams, but
there you go. Just put it 10 yards into the end zone there.
As the kick does go back, that'll be a touchback, but I don't want to brag on my mathematical skills, Jared, but I can add that one up, okay?
Right.
So now we get back to more conventional football, if you will, as Moore will come out to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. They're going left to right on your radio dial.
Steve, first quarter brought to us tonight by Bailey Ranch Golf Club. After an extensive renovation, Bailey Ranch Golf Club is now open. Book your tee time today at BaileyRanchGolf.com.
Denver Wolf in at quarterback with the keeper, tries to get up the middle. Not much room there as he's going to be hit hard and taken down.
Yeah, good physical play there by Owasso here on the first play from scrimmage.
A lot of linebacker play. We see Foster, Clifton, even Gillespie coming up in on the pile. Gage Smith. So a lot of white shirts. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 more at their own 20-yard line. Wolf with the snap, looking downfield, lofts one up in coverage, and it's knocked out of bounds. Great coverage on the far side.
Fantastic. I believe that was Corbin Green over there, 6-foot senior, and was able to get a hand on it, punch it out. Looked like the wide receiver may have had a half a step on him, but great job by Corbin Green. Used those long arms to punch that one out, and it's 3rd down and 10.
Intended receiver was Leonardo Henderson, a 6'5", 225-pound senior. So good defense by the Rams. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. Wolf throws it out to his right and tripped up.
Beautiful.
A great tackle that time by Chance Milgate.
Great job by Milgate to get around his block and just get a hand on the foot. All he needed was to trip him up there. And I don't think maybe a gain of a yard on that series, but it's 4th down and 9, and that's a fantastic response by the Owasso defense.
So coming on to punt for Moore is Keith Bean. And going back deep for the Rams, it'll be Cole Adams. Always dangerous if he's able to field the punt. Green lined up at about his 12-yard line. Now Moore shifts a defender right to left. Rams on punt block. Almost get there, but can't do it. Actually, back deep is Keelan Carney, and he waves everybody off on the short kick. Jared, I'm sure that was altered by the punt rush that the Rams had that time, and the Rams are going to get great starting field position.
And I tell you what, Steve, if they hadn't have moved that guy over there pre-snap, he would have been touched, and that would have been a blocked kick.
So that punt nets 23 yards, and I guess we should mention again, even though we're down in a bit of a bowl here at the field of Moore, there's a really strong wind coming out of the west, and so that's going to be tough all night. Willingham quickly in, takes the snap, throws it out to the right again. Cole Adams, and he's going to be tackled by 3 red shirts that time. Leading the charge is going to be Marcus Dawkins.
And that's one name Coach Blankenship said we're going to hear a lot of tonight. Number 7, Marcus Dawkins. He plays on both sides of the ball. Steve, 6'2", 180, wide receiver and defensive back. The senior is their emotional and leader on the field.
2nd and 10, handoff up the middle to Overstreet, and he's going to run into a wall. Not much there. I'm not sure he got back to the line of scrimmage. They may give him half a yard, but essentially it's 3rd and 10.
That's one thing, Steve, we're going to really need to establish here tonight with that wind blowing as hard as it is. Could affect passes. We're not sure. We are down in a bowl, like you said, but would really like to establish the running game early on.
Overstreet to the left of Willingham. 5 men in the box for more. They drop off. Willingham's going to take off running. He's got some room. Tries to get to the 35. He's going to be tackled short. But, Jared, this may be the part of the field where Coach Blankenship tries to go for it here on 4th down. A good gain on the play. Give him 7, so 4th and 3. Don't see the offense coming off the field, and we're seeing the jumbo bunch come out on the field. We're going to see, I believe that's Tyler Rich, Chris McClellan. So see if this run doesn't go to the right side. Willingham under center, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, runs out to his right. No, it's Havens. Austin Havens comes in. Chris McClellan say he stepped out of bounds. The pass. Austin Havens came in and got under center. I did not see that switch, and they run Chris McClellan out in the flat. The big fella makes the catch and moves the chains for the Rams. 1st and 10.
How about that, Steve? I don't know if you call that trickeration or what, but that's a whole lot of man running at you once he catches the football.
That moves the ball up to the Moore 28-yard line. 1st and 10. Now Willingham back in at quarterback. He takes the snap, looking downfield. Great protection in the pocket. He's got a receiver down in the end zone, just out of the outstretched arms of his intended receiver. That's going to be Ronnie Thomas once again. The wind might have carried that just a bit, Jared, because that looked like a really nice pass.
Yeah, Ronnie really wanted that one. He was not happy about that one coming up, but he did great effort to try to dive and get that ball, reel that ball in. But you're right, maybe the wind affected that a little bit. It's still coming really strong out of the west-northwest. Steve, I think gusts here in Oklahoma City today were upper 50 mile an hour, so it's definitely going to play a factor here early on.
So Willingham with Neely now in at running back to his right. Willingham's going to run it up the middle, gets to the outside, breaks to the far side, got a couple of blocks before he's knocked out of bounds, but it's going to be enough for an Owasso 1st down. So Willingham showing his ability not only with the pass but with his feet as he gets inside the 20-yard line all the way down to the Moore 17-yard line. Rams knocking at the door again here in the red zone.
Steve Mason Willingham averaging 7.3 yards per carry. He leads the team in touchdowns on the ground with 6.
Willingham hands off to Neely up the middle, gets behind his big lineman.
And as a team, the Rams averaging 5.5 yards per carry this season. That's right about season average. At 5 yards, it's 2nd down and 5 inside the 15, what is that, the 12, 13-yard line?
They brought, Michael Jamerson across, and he led Neely through the hole for a gain of 5 following the big fella. Rams line up quickly. Willingham calling out the cadence, then looks over to the sideline. Now he'll shout the new play out to his team. 5 seconds on the play clock, and the Rams are going to take a timeout. We'll take a Duralast Roofing Specialist timeout as well. It's Owasso 7, Moore 7. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network. As the Rams take a timeout, they are in the Oklahoma Bank of America red zone right now at the Moore 17-yard line. We're tied at 7 here in the early going. An opening kickoff return for a touchdown by the Moore Lions, and then the Rams come right back out. Ronnie Thomas on a 63-yard pass reception from Mason Willingham. We're tied at 7.
Steve, it's not often you see one offensive play from scrimmage and you've already got 2 scores on the ball game. 2nd down and 5 here.
Willingham in the pocket, looks to his right. Wide open receiver out of the backfield. It was Emory Neely with the touchdown reception, but we're going to have a flag on the play. Let's see what that is. If it goes against the Rams, that'll come back.
Yeah, it looks like it was a late flag. It's in the more secondary here. I don't know if maybe it was a pick or something.
Yeah, they're saying basically pass interference against the Rams, so the touchdown is nullified. Coach Blankenship not happy.
It may have been something we didn't see because he was wide open. There was nobody around him there.
Yeah, just a wheel route out of the backfield, and Neely wide open. A nice, easy pass for Willingham, but that'll move the ball back as the referee continues to step it off, moves the Rams back to the 27-yard line of Moore.
15 yards really hurts when you're inside the 15-yard line.
They got to get down to the 12-yard line for a first down. Willingham in the pocket, looks up. He's got room up the middle. He's going to take off inside the 20 or right at the 20-yard line, so a gain of about 10 on the play. That'll bring up second down. I like the way Willingham uses his feet. That'll bring up third down and 12. Third and 13, we'll call it.
Yeah, Steve Mason's got a really good head about him. He's got good field vision and tucks it quickly if he doesn't see an option, still able to salvage some yards.
Willingham in the pocket, steps back, great protection, throws to the end zone, ball is up, caught, touchdown, Owasso Rams. Ronnie Thomas with his second touchdown pass of the first quarter.
I tell you what, Steve, I don't know if Mason saw the cornerback there. He nearly jumped that pass, but Ronnie Thomas said, no, thank you. I'm going to go get that myself. That's number 2 for Ronnie Thomas here tonight.
So the Rams will line up for the extra point. Jake Adams will come out for the hold from his brother Cole Adams. 6:50 to go. As we get ready for the snap and the hold, the kick is up and it's good. With 6:50 to go here in the first quarter, it's Owasso 14, Moore 7. You're listening to Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM.
At Owasso Coffee Company, it's all about bold flavors and big smiles. Located right down the street from Owasso High School in the Renaissance Shopping Center, Owasso Coffee Company focuses on delicious baked goods and quality handcrafted beverages featuring Rose Rock coffee products made right here in Oklahoma. Stop by or drive through today at Owasso Coffee Company, a proud supporter of Owasso Athletics.
Welcome back to Moore Stadiums, where the Rams able to take advantage of that short punt, drive down the field, overcome a penalty, and now lead 14-7 over the Moore Lions with a 20-yard touchdown pass from Mason Willingham to Ronnie Thomas. Thomas with 2 touchdown receptions here in this first quarter.
Steve, that's numbers 9 and 10 on the season for Ronnie Thomas. Just 26 catches on the year, and he's got 10 touchdowns. How about that?
Great numbers, but anybody in this receiving corps, Jared, we all know is very dangerous. Last week it was Cole Adams.
That's right.
We've seen Jure Austin, Keelan Carney. At any moment, any of them can be the weapon that the Rams go to. Right now in the opening part, it's Ronnie Thomas. Now the kickoff by Jake Adams, and it's going to roll into the end zone for the touchback. So the Moore Lions will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. That drive took 9 plays, covered 43 yards, and 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Waiting on Moore to come out on the field. So the fast start that we wanted to see here tonight so far, if the Rams can keep it going.
And Ronnie Thomas' second touchdown of the night. That's a Hopper Group touchdown. The Hopper Group is Owasso's #1 real estate and #1 large team in Oklahoma. Go with the Hopper Group Remax results.
So now Moore's going to come out with Wolf at quarterback, split backs. They'll run to the left. It's a quarterback keeper, but the Rams were there but couldn't quite finish it up. It's going to be a gain of about 7 on the play. I thought Tyler Rich, actually Gage Smith, got into the backfield but was unable to corral the quarterback. Been a bit of an issue for the Rams this season, is keeping the quarterback in the pocket.
Yeah, we've seen some athletic quarterbacks this season, and Denver Wolf is another one. Comes from a very athletic family and gets 7 yards there on first down.
And again, a split back formation as he brings the tight end right to left, setups behind the left tackle. Handoff on the right side and breaking out into the field. One missed tackle and then brought down there. Jake Gillespie along with Jake Adams.
Pretty tough tackle there. Having a tough time getting up. That is Lucas Jones, the 6-foot junior for the Moore Lions, but that's a first down. Their first down of the evening.
That moves the ball out to the Lion 34-yard line as we slip under 6 minutes here in this first quarter of play. 14-7 Rams. Again, Moore comes out in the same formation. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball on the right hash. Wolf gives the ball to his running back. They break through, but no, he stopped there right at the 35-yard line. It might have been Gillespie, but also coming up on the hit is going to be Brandon Ramsey.
Brandon Ramsey went up high.
Yeah.
And just kind of
a WWF move.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's 2 points in wrestling every time. Held on tight.
Ray John Hayes on the run that time.
Brandon Ramsey looking like Malcolm Rodriguez out there.
Again, same formation. 2nd and 9. Wolf in the pocket, looking downfield, pulls the ball down, runs to his left in pursuit of Rams, and Ramsey again in on the tackle with help from behind. That's going to be Braden Foster.
Yeah, Chris McClellan in the backfield very quickly there, pocket collapsing, and Wolf just a good job of finding the open space and getting 7 or 8 yards on 2nd down.
That moves the ball up to the 42-yard line. Moore going with this 2-back set. Now bring the tight end left to right to set up behind the right tackle. Wolf with the snap, runs to his right, and he's going to keep it again, and it's going to be enough for a Moore Lion first down before he's brought down by Gage Smith and Brandon Ramsey once again. So they're just methodically moving the football.
Steve, that was number 7, Marcus Dawkins, and that's one thing we thought we would see here tonight was some Wildcat with their go-to guy, Marcus Dawkins, just the best athlete on that side of the field.
So 1st and 10 at the Moore 48-yard line. Again, split backs, 2 receivers to the right. Wolf with the handoff, run to the left side, and the Rams have that bottled up there. Jake Clifton is not going to let go of the jersey, and we're going to have a late flag. Whistles were blowing, and I think that's going to go against the Rams.
And it may be.
Let's see what the call is. Yeah, it's going to be a personal foul against the Rams. Jackson Boley got there a little bit late and continued the play and made the tackle. It was a good play initially as Jake Clifton on the blitz came in that right side to get the running back. Had him by the jersey. I couldn't tell, Jared, because the windows are closed here.
Right.
We couldn't hear that. Probably the whistle was blowing, and the Rams continued to defend.
You saw Jake Clifton let up there for a second, and then I believe it was Boley kind of finish off that tackle. For
Wolf with the snap, looks right quickly, lofts one up. It's going to be out of bounds, incomplete. Intended for his receiver, Leonardo Henderson. In coverage that time for the Rams is...
It was number 12 Corbin Green. That's right. And he was right in his face that whole time. Didn't push him out of bounds, but had made sure there was no room at all for him to catch that football.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 at the Ram 37-yard line. Wolf again with split backs. Now he stops and looks over to the sideline. 3:29 on that incomplete pass to go here in this first quarter. Now Wolf will step up and change the play. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Moore head coach Brad Hill. We'll take a Duralast Roofing Specialist timeout as well. It's Owasso 14, Moore 7 here on your Owasso Sports Network.
Back to school times here again. Randy here with Wholesale Computer Supply, your locally owned and operated computer superstore. We have everything you need for back-to-school computing or working from home. Save up to $100 on laptops and desktop computers now. Want to be 25% more productive while working from home? We have a solution with a dual monitor setup for under $150. 3 locations to serve you better. East Tulsa, Midtown, and Owasso at 96th Street North and Garnett. Wholesale Computer Supply, where we'll do all we can.
Want to thank our sponsors for allowing us to bring you Owasso Ram football, and also thanks to Westerman Financial for supporting Owasso Sports Network. As the Rams kind of been bending here, if you will, Jared, as Moore has just put together a bit of a methodical, mostly running game with the quarterback running back to the left, running back to the right, and keeping the Rams off balance. They're using both running backs to get in front of the quarterback or the wildcat, whoever's back there, and it's a numbers game right now in the blocking scheme.
Yeah, that's right, Steve, and as we said, as we continue to say, you've just got to know where number 7 is at all times, Marcus Dawkins, because he's opening, if he's wide out, he's opening up opportunities for the quarterback to run or hand it off to one of his other speedy backs. He's just going to cause that kind of disruption that Owasso has to pay attention to at all times.
So now an empty backfield, 2 receivers to the right, to the left. Coming out of that timeout, now Wolf, having overlooked the defense, changing the play. Got single coverage on the far side on those 2 receivers. Wolf steps back, looking for number 7, and has the ball batted down.
I think it was Michael Jamerson.
I think it was as well.
I'll tell you what, Steve, he was a little banged up after last week. It's good to see that he's healthy and his normal dominant self.
And only Chris McClellan could lift Michael Jamerson up for the.
I'll tell you what, that was an athletic feat.
Who's the crazy guy that's going to say, "Hey, come here, I'll throw you up"? And so, of course, McClellan can do that. He's the one with 36 offers from Power 5 schools. Again, basically means he can go wherever he decides he wants to go. Empty backfield again. Wolf at quarterback. They bring a man across, hand the ball off to the running back, and he's inside the 30-yard line. That's a new back in the game, C.J. Simon, just a freshman. But he's going to be close to a more first down. And again, much like Owasso faced, this is going to be probably 4-down territory. And Jared, we look back in the backfield. Jake Adams is gimpy on that right leg. They've got to get somebody in for him. He's got to go down, and he finally does, as he was trying to stay in and stay up. But he's going to need to be tended to as the training crew will come out onto the field and look him over. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. It's Owasso 14, Moore 7. You're listening to Ram Football here on 100.1.
There's barbecue, then there's barbecue. Trails in is the barbecue head.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jason Griffin. And I'm Dr. Caleb Nunley.
More as Jake Adams is going to be walked off the field. That does not look good, Jared, and the Rams already thin in the secondary and especially at the safety position with Cody Chase out, and now Jake Adams going off the field. But the good news is you got one Adams off the field, you bring another one in. So if you got to bring a guy in, Cole Adams isn't the worst decision you could make.
Well, let's see. Let's see if he also takes over the kicking duties as well, because that's another thing that Jake Adams does. But it'll be interesting to see Cole Adams here on the defense.
So
4th down and 2.
4th and 2, Wolf in the backfield. They give it to number 7, and he's got a lot of room here on the near side. A 5-yard gain easily across a first down by Marcus Dawkins. And again, that'll move the chains.
The upside there, that was Cole Adams on a beautiful open field tackle.
That's inside the 20 to the Ram 19-yard line. 1st and 10 more. They give the ball to Dawkins again up the middle. He's met at the line of scrimmage by Tyler Rich and a host of white shirts. And I'm not sure he got any on the play. They're going to mark him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, 2nd and 10 for Moore.
Great job there by the Owasso front four, Tyler Rich, Gage Smith, and the rest of the crew to bottle up the speedster. No gain, 2nd down and 10. And again, a big first down stop there as you are 24 yards to pay dirt.
And last week, Gage Smith and Tyler Rich, I think, maybe got pushed around a little bit more than we're used to, but tonight they've come out with a little bit more fire here in this first quarter. 1:50 to go and ticking. Moore threatening to score in the red zone as they're at the Ram 19-yard line, and now another timeout here in the first quarter by the Moore Lions. We'll take a Duralast Roofing Specialist timeout as well, a 1 minute. We'll come back for first quarter action here on your Owasso Sports Network.
Wings to go at Owasso can be described as simply great wings. Wings to go at Owasso is located on 129th, just up from Home Depot. Wings to go is a proud supporter of the Owasso Rams and all of the Owasso community. Friday special chicken tenders, gotta check them out. They are delicious. Boneless special on Wednesdays. Come on in. You can check out the menu on wingstogo.com. Stop in before the game, grab Wings to Go, or bring the family and enjoy simply great wings with us at Wings to Go, Owasso.
Tulsa Bone & Joint Owasso is proud to support the Owasso Rams. With Dr. Caleb Nunley and Dr. Jason Griffin serving as team physicians, and Destry Millsap and Zach McGinley serving as athletic trainers for the team, the Rams are in good hands with Tulsa Bone & Joint. Our office is conveniently located inside St. John Owasso Physician Building and ready to care for you and your family. Tulsa Bone & Joint Owasso, moving life forward.
Welcome back to Moore. Quickly out on the field. Moore lines up. Wolf in the pocket, looks to his left, throws in underneath. It's going to be a short screen to Dawkins, and the Rams are there to attack it. Yes. No gain on the play. Great tackle. I believe that was Jake Gillespie coming up.
Snuffed out really well there by Jake Gillespie. Not fooled at all and was able to wrap up big number 7 for a loss or no gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 10.
We talked about how important the reps were for Gillespie, and he's showing some experience on these plays. Now Wolf with 2 backs to his right. Back in the pocket, he's under pressure. The Rams can't get to him. Yes, they do. Tyler Rich in on the tackle along with Braden Foster.
Tell you what, it was Jake Clifton untouched into the backfield. Wasn't able to get the tackle, but it blew up the play. He had the pocket that collapsed at that point, and it let the rest of the Rams come in and make that tackle for a loss of 1.
So that brings up 4th and 11. Ball is spotted at the Ram 25-yard line. Moore chooses not to try a field goal attempt into this gusty wind. Wolf in the backfield along with Julio Sandoval. And it's blown up in the backfield as the Rams cover that up. They smother Wolf. It's Smith, Foster, McClellan, and that's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, and I love those defensive packages, those blitz packages on a pressure situation. Get in there and make sure that he's got nothing, 0 options. Now it's a turnover on downs. Owasso gets the ball, 25 seconds left in this Bailey Ranch Golf Club first quarter.
So the Rams will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Denver Wolf, the Moore quarterback, he's a 5'8", 160-pound junior, so not large in size, very, very fast, but had a lot of pressure in his face. Now the Rams going the other way, handoff up the middle. It's Overstreet with a great burst, rolls over a defender across the 35 to the 37-yard line, we'll call it.
Trying to hurry up to the line of scrimmage, get one more play here at the end of the first quarter, but that's a good sign for for the Rams to get 7-8 yards on first down. That's one thing we didn't see a lot of last week.
Quickly, Willingham gives the ball again to Overstreet, off left tackle. The ball's on the ground, but he's able to fall on it. A fortuitous bounce there back in the hands of Overstreet, close to a first down. It will be a first down at the Ram 40-yard line as we have finished one quarter of play here at Moore in this key district game. It's Owasso 14, Moore 7. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
And we at Tulsa Bone and Joint are happy to be the team physicians for the Owasso Rams.
I'm Dexter Millsap.
And I'm Zach McGinty, and we are the athletic trainers for the Owasso Rams.
Here's some of the services that we provide in the Tulsa Bone and Joint Athletic Training Facility.
Take my hand, don't let go. Look in my eyes and in my soul. Hold me close, hold me near. Please let go of all your fear. I'm not going anywhere.
Welcome back to Moore. The Rams now going into this stiff wind. 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Willingham gets the snap, bobbles it around for a moment, looks to his left. Now he's going to be pushed out of the pocket. He's under pressure, and he's going to be sacked, tackled for a loss all the way back to the 31-yard line. And, Jared, that all started with a bobbled snap.
Yeah, it did, and that's a loss of 9 for the Rams. Kind of get behind the chains now here on 2nd down in the 2nd quarter. We'll see how Willingham is able to respond to this.
So it'll be 2nd and 18, almost 19 on the play. Willingham back, gets the snap, rolls to his right, looks downfield, throws it up to his receiver. It's caught there by Ronnie Thomas, almost knocked out of bounds, but he stays in bounds, gets back up just past the original line of scrimmage to the Ram 41-yard line, got about half of it back. Jared, you've got numbers from the first quarter.
Yeah, 7 rushes for Owasso, 42 yards, 4 of 5 passing for 90 yards. It's 132 total yards, just 36 total yards for the Moore Lions. That all coming on the ground with 12 rushes for 36 yards, 2 of 5 passing for 0 yards. So the passing game not exactly working swimmingly for the Lions. Big one here, though, 2 penalties for 30 yards for the Rams.
3rd and 6 for the Rams. It looked like Moore jumped offside. No flag on the play, and Willingham is going to be pulled down to the ground. Jared, something was wrong that time, and I'm not exactly sure what it was.
Either Moore jumped off sides and it wasn't called, or the snap was early, because there were a lot of Rams on the offensive line that didn't move.
So that'll bring a loss back to the 39-yard line. And now into punt for Owasso is going to be Kel Pennington. He'll line up at his 25-yard line. Rams are running out of punters. Pennington, pretty good punt into
Not
this
bad.
wind. It's going to be fielded at the 35-yard line. A dangerous catch by Dawkins, but he's able to make it. He had to reach forward to do that, and if that ball falls on the ground, there are 3 white shirts around to cover that, so give him credit.
Yeah, Steve, I don't think Dawkins was able to measure the wind there properly. That ball died a little bit earlier than he anticipated it. I'll tell you what, if I'm the Owasso Rams, I'll let him field the ball like that any day.
That's right, absolutely. And give credit to Pennington as well with a nice punt coming in. I don't know how many games you've had to go down to your 3rd or 4th punter in a game.
And we were talking before the game, Steve, it was this game last year that Owasso had some punting issues as well with an injury with
Hagen
Owasso.
Hood.
Yeah, that's right, Hagen Hood. I believe broke his ankle maybe during this game.
So handoff up the middle for Moore, and he's going to be stopped for a gain of about 2 on the play, maybe 3. They'll move it up to the 37-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and 8.
Going back to our first quarter stats, Steve, all in all, pretty clean play from Owasso in the first quarter. It was those two 15-yard penalties. Obviously, there was the offensive pass interference down by the goal line, and then the late hit on defense. Got to clean those up.
Wolf now back with two tight ends. Looks like they're going to run to the left. He's going to go back in the pocket and loft one downfield for Dawkins, and yeah, we're going to have a flag on the play as grabbing the jersey over there. I mean, if I can see that from here, I know they can over there. It was Corbin Green, but
yeah, and Corbin Green giving up some size there, a couple of inches, a couple pounds.
With no help over the top.
That's right, no help over the top. I mean, interesting way to line that up and then just kind of lob it, that little fade over the top on the far side. But that's the design, and again, another pass interference and another 15-yard penalty for the Rams. So that's 3 penalties, 45 yards already for the Rams.
Yeah, that'll move it into Ram territory at the Owasso 48-yard line. 1st and 10, Moore Lions. 9:14 to go here in the second quarter. Owasso 14, Moore 7. Wolf in at quarterback, split backs. He fakes the handoff and then follows his running backs to the left side. Nice tackle by Jake Clifton. Looked like Wolf was going to have a lot more room than he finished with, as the tackle is made at about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, give him about 4 yards on the play, but credit to Jake Clifton, able to knife his way through the blockers there and find the ball carrier behind those blockers, get that solo tackle.
So basically what they're doing is having split backs on each side of the quarterback. He fakes the handoff to one and then follows both the running backs to that particular side, left or right. Wolf again with split backs.
Watch the near side.
Looking
Number
for
7.
Dawkins, and he lofts it up for him, and Dawkins makes a great catch as he comes down with the reception.
Yeah, Steve, we're going to have to figure something out there,
we gotta
because
have
that's
some
not
help.
sustainable if you're the Rams.
Yeah, Corbin Green again in on coverage, but there's just too much size differential there without help over the top, but also, Jared, taking advantage of a couple of new safeties in the game for the Rams. Well, I see Jake Adams has taped up his ankle, and he's back in the game. Now Dawkins takes a direct snap, runs out to the right, cuts up the middle, gets past the initial line, continuing to be physical and run upfield before Chris McClellan jumps on his back. Also Trey Hall coming off the pile.
Again, Steve, you're just seeing that athleticism from Dawkins. He can play anywhere on the field. You're going to see him play just about anywhere on the field. And the Rams are just going to have to key in on him, make somebody else beat you.
Just outside the 10-yard line at the 11, 1st and 10. The Lions can get a first down. Dawkins on the far side. Wolf with split backs. Hands off to the right side, and a tackle made by Jake Clifton. Running back Lucas Jones on the carry, so a lot of rotation for Moore in the backfield.
I'll tell you what, Steve, I'm really glad Jake Clifton plays for the Owasso Rams and not somebody else. He is what an asset to have on your defense.
I mean, his engine runs fast and
Absolutely.
hard all the time, no matter what is going on.
And emotionally, he's in it the entire game as well.
Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8. Again, a handoff on the right side. It's Lucas again, and the tackle is made inside. No, he continues to get inside the 5-yard line. I thought the Rams had him corralled at about the 6. But Jones able to continue to run behind his blockers up front, and now inside the 5-yard line. It's 3rd and 4 to the goal, but they can get a first down at 3rd and 3. Clock continues to roll. Now Dawkins in the Wildcat as they move Wolf out to wide receiver on the right side. Dawkins with split backs and also brings a tight end across right to left, sets up behind the left tackle. There was movement. Dawkins going to run to his left. Yep, there was movement on the play. The tight end that had come over and set started forward before the snap, and that'll be a procedure call against the Lions. A key penalty right there for the Rams.
Big time. That may only be a 5-yard penalty, but that is a big 5 yards there to kind of get that cushion back for Owasso. Just their first penalty of the night for Moore, so a big one.
So it'll be 3rd and 8 from the 9-yard line. Now they bring Wolf back in to the quarterback position. Dawkins lines up out on the left side. Ball is on the right hash, so a lot of room here on the boundary side. Split backs again. Wolf with the snap. It's a low snap. He's back in the pocket. Flushed out. No, he's drilled and dropped to the ground. Ran into the wrong man that time.
Michael Jamerson, I believe Trey Hall as well.
Actually, I believe the guy that
or
got him,
Collins,
that's
maybe?
Hunter Half. Hunter Half that was in on the tackle.
I'm all over it. Sorry about that.
That's okay. You know, I'm with you. We're a little ways up here. Got lightheaded coming up tonight because the elevator doesn't work. So
I'll tell you what, that's not what the sign you want to see after you've had a Del Rancho steak burger.
So Moore has elected to go for the field goal here.
It's blocked.
As it's blocked, Rams pick it up, coming the other way, across the 35, the 40, the 45, and out of bounds at midfield.
Wow.
Could not make up who that was.
Chance Milgate returned it. I'm not sure who got a hand on it.
And what a turn of events there when it looked like Moore was going to go in for a touchdown. They commit a penalty. The field goal is blocked, and all of a sudden the momentum's right back on the Owasso Rams side as they'll start over 1st and 10 in the Moore Lion territory. No, they're going to say he went out of bounds at the Owasso 43-yard line, but it'll be 1st and 10 Rams.
Not sure where they're. Not sure where they're getting that spot.
I don't either.
Steve, but we'll take that over the 4-yard line where they were. So
there's some question going on here in the booth, but
we'll take it. Man, what a big stop for the Owasso defense there.
1st and 10 Rams run to the right side, breaking out of it. It's Neely, and he gets tackled from behind, but not before he's into Lion territory for a 1st down at the Lion 45-yard line.
Yeah, credit Emery Neely there. That's a man-sized run right there, 11 yards on 1st down to get another State Farm agent Casey Miller 1st down. And now in more Lion territory.
Quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Mason Willingham with Neely to his right. Willingham hands off to Neely. Plenty of room on the left side. Good blocking up front over there as more Lion bodies are rolling around all over the place. Neely with a nice gain on the play.
All of a sudden, Steve, it feels like Moore's on their heels a little bit.
Yeah.
Owasso's got some momentum, 7-8 yards at a time, and we'll see if Owasso can capitalize here.
8 on that play, 2nd and 2. Willingham with Neely to his left. Gives the ball to Neely again. Runs out to the right side. Breaks the edge. He's inside the 30-yard line. And now the Rams with a methodical drive on the ground. Getting very physical. And some of these Moore Lions slow to get up.
3 runs by Emery Neely. 2 Casey Miller State Farm agent 1st downs. And again, just kind of ground and pound here. Just give it to the hot hand and see what happens.
1st and 10 Rams at the Lion 29-yard line. Willingham with Neely to his left. Takes the snap. Hands off to Neely again. He can't quite break that front wall as he's tackled there and then kind of slapped by Jacob Legger.
Steve, quick thank you to our good friend and second quarter sponsor, Duralast Roofing Specialists. Get total protection that's guaranteed, built to last, with our friend Zach Harbaugh and Duralast Roofing Specialists, Owasso's roofing experts. Request a quote today at 918-906-7800. That might be my favorite commercial that you've ever done.
Yeah. Willingham in the pocket. Now he's going to break out to his left across the 25. Shake and bake at the 20-yard line before he goes down. A smart play that time by Willingham. I thought he was going to look around and see what he could do to get that 1 yard.
Yeah,
but,
it almost looked like he was going to try to Cole Adams that one a little bit and cut it back. You know, maybe like to see him slide there,
right,
get some protection, but nonetheless, 9 yards. And
down to the Lion 20-yard line, 3rd and 1. Again, into this stiff wind, you got to think anything at this point is 4-down territory anyway. Single receiver here on the right side. That's going to be
bottled
tackled
up in the
backfield is Willingham. Just a very slow developing play that time.
Yeah, tried one of those kind of hesitation plays, let your blocks develop, and they just never did. And all of a sudden, from 3rd and 1, it's now 4th down and 4. And now you're back outside of the red zone.
So the Rams line up in a tight formation. It's not the jumbo style, but Willingham here on the right, he's going to roll out to his right, looking for a receiver downfield, flips it to Cole Adams, who is hit hard immediately, but I believe Cole is going to get a good spot at the 18-yard line for a first down.
I'll tell you what, he hung in there. He knew he was going to hit hard, but he was able to get just past the sticks, hold on to the football, and that's another State Farm agent, Casey Miller, first down inside the Oklahoma Bank of America red zone.
Cole Adams received an offer this week from the University of Wisconsin.
Yeah, big offer there.
Getting some bigger looks. A lot of time left. 1st and 10 Rams. Willingham with the snap. Hands off to Neely. Right up the middle. A lot of room, and he's going to get to the end zone, but there's a flag thrown at the line of scrimmage. Let's see if this is a holding call against Owasso.
Yes, saw a couple of more Lions laying down on their backs near the line of scrimmage, so we'll see. Looks like it's going to be in holding territory. Another big penalty for the Owasso Rams.
And not sure who that is against this time, as Michael Jamerson getting some reps here tonight at the right guard spot. But that'll back the Rams up to the Moore Lion 25-yard line. 1st and we'll call it 16. They've got to get down to inside the 9-yard line. Willingham with the snap. In the pocket, standing tall, looking downfield, got a receiver open, it's caught, and I believe is that Ronnie Thomas again,
that's right.
Having a career night here tonight inside the 5. They're going to mark it at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal Rams. They overcome the penalty and the long down on one play.
And I tell you what, Steve, as good as Marcus Dawkins has been tonight, it's been Ronnie Thomas on the other side of the ball. 2 touchdowns tonight, nearly a third here in the first half.
Rams line up tight. Neely in at running back. Willingham hands the ball to Neely. He tries to get into the 2-yard line right between the guards.
Time to look at clock management here, Steve. 32 seconds and counting on the clock. The Rams have 2 timeouts, but it doesn't look like they're trying to use one. Now down to 25 seconds, and Moore has an athlete laying down on the ground, so that might stop the clock. It will.
So they'll check on Julio Sandoval here for the Moore Lions. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Ram Football here on 100.1 KYFM.
Category is food. Now, for our first question, what are the 4 food groups?
Milk, meat, fruit, and bread.
That's correct.
Wait, everyone in Owasso knows that Charlie's chicken chunks are so good. They might as well be their own food group.
Judges, are the chicken chunks at Charlie's that good? That settles it. Go see for yourself at Charlie's Chicken on 76th Street, just east of Highway 169.
Mason Willingham with the snap and the run to the left side. He's in the end zone for an Owasso Ram touchdown. Coming out of the timeout, Willingham fakes the handoff to Neely up the middle, rolls out to the left. There's nobody there. He strolls into the end zone, and that will up this Ram lead 20-7 with the point after pending.
Gotta love it, Steve. That's Mason Willingham's 7th touchdown on the ground this season. Leads the team in rushing touchdowns. And I'll tell you what, 2-touchdown lead going into halftime feels a whole lot better than a 1-score possession.
The extra point attempt is up, and it's good. Jake Adams comes on and makes the kick, so it is Owasso 21, Moore 7 with 20 seconds to go here before halftime. We'll keep it right here for a moment. And Jared, we were just talking here in the booth how quickly the time went off the clock with that slow first quarter that we had.
Look, I don't think we keep records for, how quick or how long a game goes. We've had some really long games this season. It's not even 8 o'clock yet, Steve, and we've got 20 seconds left until halftime. Not trying to jinx anything.
What are we supposed to do?
I know.
How do we act?
Hey, we'll take it. With that long drive looming, we will take it.
Well, and it's good to see Jake Adams come on and be able to make that kick, and he's going to try to kick off as well. So hopefully the injury we saw earlier wasn't that much.
21-7 your score. That touchdown once again brought to you by the Hopper Group. When you're looking for a new home, go with who you know. Go with the Hopper Group in Owasso. Remax results.
That drive took 10 plays, 57 yards, and took 4 minutes and 21 seconds off the clock. And that only leaves 20 seconds. But, Jared, here we may want to think about kicking the high onside kick or the squib kick down the middle. I don't know that we want to do anything to give Dawkins a chance on the return.
Especially into the wind. Their returners are standing at the 15-yard line. I would imagine you won't see this go anywhere near them.
And it is a high onside toward the left side. Fair catch is called there. And so Moore, with 20 seconds on the clock, will take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. Big play for the Rams was when Moore was getting ready to drive into the end zone. They had that procedure call and then decided to go for a field goal off of a stop. But the Rams blocked the field goal and returned it to the 43-yard line, and then basically just worked the clock completely out here to what we hope will end this half.
And we said it when it happened, Steve, that 5-yard procedure penalty. Again, just a 5-yard penalty, but when you're standing at the 3 or 4 yard line, that's a huge penalty, and it turns out that it was.
So Wolf in at quarterback, running back to his right and left, Dawkins to his left. Now he'll come up and change the play. He does have the wind to his back, so we'll see if they take a shot. Now they motion a running back out to the right. He's looking to the right. They tried to bring Dawkins out of the backfield. He's open downfield, but he can't get the ball. Wolf can't get the ball to Dawkins.
Yeah, that's a tough pass there for Denver Wolf to try to make. Running across, throwing across his body, running out of bounds, trying to throw across his body, and just wasn't able to get it to his receiver there, who had a step on the defenders.
Incomplete pass stops the clock with 13 seconds to go. 2nd down and 10. Rams leading 21-7 on a blustery night here at Moore Stadium. Split backs to Moore. To Wolf to the right. Dawkins, and he's hit in the backfield by Jake Clifton, and Jake just lets him go as the referee blows the whistle.
Steve, is that what happens whenever you run out of, whenever your forward progress stops, they blow the whistle?
I guess so.
Yeah.
And then they let the clock run out, and that has been all Owasso Ram football here in this first half. Look at the guy. They are running to the locker room. I don't know if it's because they're excited or because they want to get out of this cold wind, but either way, they're running with excitement to the locker room. They lead the Moore Lions here in district play 21-7. We'll take a timeout and come back for your Hopper Group halftime show here from Moore, Oklahoma. You're listening to Ram Football on your Owasso Sports Network.
Tell you, we're really excited about this year. We've got a great group of guys. They've been working really hard through the summer and preseason.
Rambo, so good to see you. What do you think about First Bank of Owasso? Awesome. Isn't it amazing that they've given over $400,000 to Owasso Public Schools in the last 7 years? When someone has banking needs in Owasso, who should they call? Well, you heard it from Rambo. First Bank of Owasso is the place to be.
Welcome back to the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast booth. It is halftime here between the Rams and the Lions of Moore High School, and we would like to welcome in the Director of Athletics for the Owasso Athletics Department, Coach Zach Duffield. And, Coach, thanks for being here as always. I know Moore is probably your favorite place to travel to on Thursday evening. We're here, we're excited, and we're glad to have you up in the booth.
Absolutely, Jared. I always appreciate you and Steve making time for me to come up and talk about the Rams a little bit. Moore's a great place. Thursday night, and we're going to go to school tomorrow, so we're going to have a lot of kids kind of got to rally and get their mind right and get up early and get to class tomorrow. But just love what we do. Love the support we have. Our cheer and palm are here. Obviously, all of our football players and managers and trainers, and it's quite a operation to mobilize and move anywhere. So always proud of what we do and the way we do it, and excited to be here as always.
I kid a little bit, but when you take a step back and look, there could definitely be worse things to be doing on a Thursday night than watching high school football here in Oklahoma.
Yeah, there's no question. So a lot of times we'll have kids around the school, and at times you're like, what are they doing here? And then you kind of step back and you go, you know what? They're at a ball game.
Right.
They're watching their friends play. Maybe they're paying attention, maybe they're not, but there's a lot of worse places they could be. So sometimes you have to have a little reality check of what is good in the world around us, and what kids are doing.
Coach, we've got fall sports starting to wrap up a little bit. Obviously, volleyball and softball have finished. Great finishes for both of those programs in the state championship. We've got football left, and then cross country coming up this weekend.
Absolutely, great finish for volleyball and softball. Obviously, I know both of them really wanted to win a championship, and they got there. They got really close. They played their hearts out. Really proud of both those groups. This Saturday at Edmond Santa Fe at 8:30 in the morning is cross country state meet, and our girls are defending state champions and ran second behind Jinx at our regional last weekend out at Mohawk Park, and our boys ran a second too. So they're both in a really good spot, and some things have to go your way. I don't care what sport it is. To win a championship, you have to be very talented, you have to be well coached, and you have to have a break or two go your way along the way. So excited to see what happens. We'll head back down the turnpike again on Saturday morning early and watch our kids compete. And last year they said we didn't have a chance, and our girls just went out there and won it. So really excited about the opportunities. Anytime we get kids that get a chance to compete at a very high level and represent our school and our community is really special. So we're excited about that. And one thing we haven't talked about yet, Jared, is the pride of Owasso. I know they're not here with us tonight, but they went up to Indianapolis last week and had a top 12 finish, and out of about 60 bands. So really proud of the job that Chris Harris and Sean O'Kelly and the whole staff do for the pride of Owasso. But we look forward to having them back in the fold. They really set the atmosphere and the tone for the game anytime they're there, and that's what's hard. Trying to mobilize them to come to the west side is really difficult, to say the least. So we don't usually have them, but we can tell when they're not here. We can tell because very sports minded and love to support our kids, and we love when they're here. So we're looking forward to having them back in the fold as we get back towards the playoff run.
Yeah, obviously the pride of Owasso, has been elite for a long time when you're talking about the ranks of competitive marching bands, but also kudos to them for providing. They were gone last week, as you mentioned, in Indianapolis, but they still provided a band. The 8th graders came up, stepped up, and did a great job at Owasso Stadium. How
cool was that to have them there? And I know anytime you can bring young kids up and be a part of a program and they were center stage. They obviously they had a lot of their first down songs and things they played, but they played the school song every time we'd score, and then they worked their tails off to get the alma mater down to be able to play it at the end of the game. And there was a little question: are they going to be able to do it or are they not? Sure. And Chris Harris let us know right before they left for Indianapolis, hey, they got it, they're in. So went over there, even though the game didn't turn out the way we wanted it to. Pretty unique and neat atmosphere to have them there. So I think that as we talk a lot about our sports teams and how the future is bright, it really appears that the pride of Owasso just continues to stack on top of the legacy that they've had for a long time. And that goes back, David Gorham, a really really made this thing something special.
Absolutely.
And then, you got Chris Barber, who's our fine arts director, who kind of oversees a little bit of everything. And like I said, Harris and O'Kelly and, just all the guys over there, guys and gals, do a great job, and they take a lot of pride in what they do. So can't wait to get them back in the stadium with us, because it's just a different feel when they're with us.
We are definitely proud of the pride of Owasso. And Coach, transitioning to football, this is our 9th game of the season on the road. We've got one more regular season game at Putnam City next Friday night. Coach, we talked a little bit with Coach Blankenship pregame about some playoff scenarios where that could go. Do you have any more insight on how things might fall into place?
Yeah, it's a unique world we live in when you talk about high school sports and playoffs, and there's so many crazy things that happen. I mean, you look at what happened at the Owasso Stadium last Friday night, and I don't think anybody really saw that coming. We knew they were good, but we can't catch a break. We can't get a turnover. Every ball that gets tipped, it falls into their hands.
When you've won 20 straight games going back 3 or 4 years, it's hard to remember what it's like to lose at home.
Absolutely. And I think that's one thing we talk to our kids about. You have to know how to win, but you have to know how to lose also.
Definitely.
And keep your head up and be gracious and be humble, and realize that if you're going to play a game at any level, you're not going to win every single one of them. That's the goal. That's what we all strive to do, but that it doesn't always happen. So being able to handle yourself, handle your character, and in the bad times just as well as the good times is very important. So what it's going to look like, we don't know. Right now the early scenario looks like a good chance that we would go to Broken Arrow on the first round, and then if we were able to win that at a neutral site, we would play the winner of Union and a Norman or a Yukon, whoever comes in fourth in that district. So that's what it looks like now, but there's still a lot of football to be played, and this has proven to be kind of a wild year across the state in 6A. So anything can happen. You got some really good teams out there. You got Mustang, you got Norman North. Either one of those teams can beat anybody on any given night. And usually that, there's kind of one team on the west side that would give people problems. And, we wouldn't have any talk about Edmond Santa Fe, perennial power over here.
Right.
So it's getting a little more, they're getting in the conversation a little more. For a long time it was all about the Big Four from the East, and I think we still have a very big dominance, but they're coming right along. And, this Moore team has had a really good season too. So, who knows what may end up, but right now it looks like we could be at Broken Arrow that first round of the playoffs, but we'll just have to wait and let the season play out.
And one thing is for certain, Coach, wherever we are, whenever we play, and whoever we play, it's the Owasso fans that we need support from, regardless of where. If it could be in Broken Arrow on the west side, who cares?
Yeah.
Let's show up and support this program.
I think that's what we have been spoiled with in a really good way. I tell you, a lot of places like Moore tonight, you'll see we have as many or more fans here tonight as Moore, the home team, does. And that's what's always just makes me really proud. I look up in the stands and I see that many people there supporting our student athletes, whether that be our football players or our cheerleaders or our prom squad. Parents really come out. Our students do an incredible job. We don't have as many tonight, and I certainly understand that coming for down to Moore on a Thursday night and have school tomorrow. But if we could put anything out there, no matter where we play, especially when we get to those playoffs, be there, be loud, be proud, and really support our Rams. And we saw the last 10 minutes of the game last Friday, the energy all of a sudden changed, and I think our sideline had a lot to do with that. I think the crowd had a lot to do with that. And one feeds off another. A big play gets the crowd going. The sideline tries to get the team going to get the big play, and if we're all working in unison, we create a pretty tough environment to play in no matter where we are.
Finally, Coach, when you're talking about support and supporting other programs, it seems like this year other programs in your athletic department, the softball team or the soccer team or the volleyball team, whoever it is, they're doing an unbelievable job of supporting the other programs in the athletic department. Talk about that Rams Supporting Rams initiative that you guys.
Yeah, I tell you what, I got to give all the credit to Melissa Zumwalt, assistant athletic director. She came up with this idea and said, hey, how do we get kids supporting their classmates in their sports? And so we came up with a Rams Supporting Rams initiative where basically you got to spell out the word champions. And for everything you do, and you have to log it in a Google form, and you have to have a picture showing you were there, and you go out and you support your fellow classmates, and by doing that, you earn a letter. And once you get to champions, then your team receives a really cool Building Champions t-shirt that we come up with. And when you got a group of athletes and you put out a challenge that is somehow competing against somebody else, it's funny how quickly they dive in. And things you can do to earn a letter. You can go and watch another team play. You can volunteer with an elementary school. You can do a community service project. You can offer to clean the stadium on a Thursday afternoon or Friday before a home game. Anything that's good in the world that you do, we're going to give you a letter for it. If you get your team mobilized, and we're trying to teach those lessons that are bigger than sports and bigger than athletics. And it's all about being proud of where you come from, representing your community well, being a part of something bigger than yourself. All the things that we feel like our sports do on a daily basis, we want to do it on even a bigger level and really get it out there. So if you follow us on social media, you've seen a lot of this. The reception has been amazing. And Mrs. Umwald in her office has a big chart and has every team on there and what letters they have earned to get to champions. And the first one to finish was girls basketball. They just took the bull by the horns and got out.
They're already done. Wow.
They have finished it. Our thought was this would be a year-long challenge, and for most of them it is. But girls basketball got really excited, gotten after it. And obviously their season's coming up, so they tried to get a bunch of it done early and did. If you go through our pictures, you'll see a lot of girls basketball stuff on there. So really excited about that group, what Coach Toby Nightingale and her staff are doing. And along with that, Brian Montanati and the boys squad, they start scrimmaging next week, both boys and girls. Mike Ryan with wrestling, and new swim coach, Jen Rudine. All of our winter sports are firing up, and they're in the early season practice mode, and they'll start scrimmaging. And then those seasons start before you know it.
You talk about Jen Rudine, first year as the head swimming coach. She, I believe, still holds some records here at Owasso High School, so that's interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, her name is still on the board. And, anytime we have somebody, have the opportunity to hire someone who is from here, who is an alumnus, it's really unique. There's a different sense of pride, and they do it a little different, And don't get me wrong, we've got great coaches that didn't go to school here. I mean, I didn't go to school here, and I love Owasso and love everything we do here. Really proud of all the things that we're able to accomplish. But it's just something different. When you hire somebody that has an Owasso high school diploma hanging on their wall, it's just a little bit different, and they carry themselves a little different. They realize up front the expectations of the school, of the community, and what it means to be an Owasso Ram. So really excited about Jen Rudine. I think she's going to do an incredible job.
Back to school times here again. Randy here with Wholesale Computer Supply, your locally owned and operated computer superstore. We have everything you need for back-to-school computing or working from home. Save up to $100 on laptops and desktop computers now. Want to be 25% more productive while working from home? We have a solution with the dual monitor setup for under $150. 3 locations to serve you better: East Tulsa, Midtown, and Owasso at 96th Street North and Garnett. Wholesale Computer Supply, where we'll do all we can.
The Rams are our hometown team, and Johnny Kohler Jewelry is your hometown jeweler. Our team can design the next custom piece of jewelry, or come in to shop popular brands and estate pieces, or for a quick watch battery change or complimentary cleaning. No matter what you need, John E. Kohler Jewelry has the right play for you. As your hometown jeweler, we love to see the Owasso Rams win under Friday night lights. Come by and meet our winning team at John E. Kohler Jewelry Designs, and we'll make every visit a touchdown.
Welcome back to the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast Booth. It is halftime here at Moore Schools Stadium. The Hopper Group halftime show, 21-7. The Rams lead the Lions of Moore High School. Jared Gallagher with you, Steve Mowry. And Steve, thoughts on the first half? Obviously, giving up the opening kickoff, but other than that, a pretty dominant half from the Owasso Rams.
Yeah, defensively pretty solid. I know that Coach Hill coming out trying to do some different things, and I think the Rams have adjusted to that. I think the physicality of Owasso has begun to take over here toward the end of that second quarter, and I look for that to continue into the third quarter. And what can we say offensively? The Rams offense is clicking, and it's all started with Ronnie Thomas, who has had a big first half of play here on the road.
That's right. Looking at the stats here, the halftime stats, Owasso 195 total yards on 24 plays. That, excuse me, that's 7 first downs, 17 rushes for 66 yards, 129 yards passing on 6 of 7, so very efficient night for Mason Willingham. On the Lions side of the ball, just 7 first downs, 19 rushes, 50 yards, just 23 passing yards. That's 3 of 7 for Denver Wolf, and just 73 total yards on 26 plays. Punts, 1 for 26 for the Rams, 1 for 22, so really not a factor there. I think both of those might have been going into the wind. One fumble for Owasso, 1 fumble for Moore. Neither of them were lost, so no turnovers here tonight, but a big blocked field goal for Owasso. That was a big play to kind of keep that momentum on Owasso's side.
That and a fourth down stop, which essentially is a turnover. But, Jared, look at those team numbers there. It feels like Moore has done more than that, though.
Absolutely.
They've moved the ball on a couple of drives, so that catches me a bit by surprise that I thought they had more first downs and thought they had more yardage. But, again, that's just a credit to this Owasso Ram defense.
And we'll look at the individual stats here in a moment, but it feels like Dawkins, the kind of all-world athlete that Moore has kind of done what he's wanted to here tonight. We'll look at these stats, and they'll surprise you definitely. Going through the rest of the team stats, 3 penalties for Owasso, 45 penalty yards. That's big.
Yeah.
That's big, obviously, those all 3. Just one penalty for Moore High School, but a big 5 yards. That was
the turning point, actually.
Of the 4 penalties tonight, that's probably the biggest one, or the most momentum-swinging penalty.
Yeah.
For sure. Time of possession, Owasso 10 minutes, 11 seconds. Moore 13 minutes, 49 seconds. Third downs, both teams doing a good job defensively on third downs. Owasso just 1 of 4, and Moore 1 of 5. The difference here, Owasso's 2 for 2 on fourth down conversions.
Yeah.
And Moore is 1 for 2 on fourth down conversions. Individually, let's look at the individual stats tonight. Rushing for Owasso, Derek Overstreet, 3 rushes, 12 yards. Emery Neely had a nice first half, 6 rushes, 36 yards. And Mason Willingham, 8 rushes, 18 yards, but a touchdown, and that's kind of what he does. He just finds a way to get into the end zone, leading the team now with 7 touchdowns on the ground this season. Passing, again, once an efficient night for Owasso. Mason Willingham, 5 of 6 for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns, both of those to Ronnie Thomas. Austin Havens coming in, 1 for 1, 8 yards. I believe that pass was to Chris McClellan on one of those fourth down conversions. That's Chris McClellan's first reception of the season. So he's got 1 reception, 8 yards. Cole Adams, 2 receptions for 4 yards. And then Ronnie Thomas, obviously the big night so far in the first half. 4 receptions, 117 yards, and 2 touchdowns, averaging 29 yards per reception.
By the way, that Cole Adams reception was also on a fourth down play.
That's true.
Down here at about the 20-yard line, Willingham rolled out to his right, and Cole got hit pretty solid. He needed 4, got 5, and so, again, Rams just spreading the love around on the offensive side.
Individually for the Moore Lions, rushing the ball, Hayes, 3 for 3 yards. Denver Wolf, the quarterback, 7 rushes, 7 yards. Jones, 3 rushes, I believe, for 14 yards. And Dawkins, 5 rushes, but just 18 yards, which is a bit surprising. Passing, Denver Wolf, 3 of 7 for 23 yards. 1 reception to Henderson for no yards, 2 receptions to Dawkins, but just 23 yards. So it felt more dominant than that from Dawkins in the first half. He's only got 41 yards of offense.
Yeah, and maybe it's because of them returning the opening kickoff.
Could be that, absolutely.
Because you take away that 99 yards and you look at those numbers, not a lot of movement as we thought they had. I know that Moore has started a couple of times at their own 20-yard line, but you made a good point. The real momentum change in the game was when it looked like Moore was going to go in and tie the game from the 3-yard line. They had a motion penalty that moved them back, was going to try that field goal, which would have still made it a 4-point game, but the Rams able to block that field goal and return it almost to midfield. We thought it was there anyway, and then to go ahead and punch that in for a score. That was really the momentum changer here in the ball game. And then I think we're seeing more physicality tonight from the Ram defense. They're really starting to flex their muscles, and the offensive line starting to get more physical up front. We didn't see that as much last week against Mustang for whatever reason. Mustang is a good football team and a bigger ball club, but you just feel like there's more urgency here tonight with the Owasso Ram Ball Club.
Absolutely, and again, giving up that opening kickoff for a touchdown, you kind of felt like, this,
you're kidding me.
This could be happening again, right?
Yeah.
But credit to the Owasso Rams for saying, no, that's not going to happen. Coming out first play from the line of scrimmage, going 63 yards to Ronnie Thomas for a touchdown, tying it up with 11 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter. So 14 points on the board, no harm, no foul, really, and it's a new ball game. So.
Yeah, and you just got to like the way that this senior ball club responded. We talked about it in our pregame, how the senior leadership team really came around and let's just say motivated, focused, and encouraged the rest of the ball club here in practice this week.
Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. When we come back, we'll bring you the third quarter of action. This has been the Hopper Group Halftime Show on the Owasso Sports Network, 100.1 KYFM.
Quarterback, my good friends at Waldo's Chicken and Beer at 71st and Yale by Taziki's. It's the home of Southern fried and fire roasted chicken. Enjoy your chicken on the bone, on the bun, in a basket, or in a bowl. Toss in several scratch-made sides, including 3 cheese, mac and cheese, and collard greens, homemade sauces, and you found yourself a new favorite chicken spot. Locally owned and operated.
Welcome back to the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast booth as we get set for the second half of action here at Moore Schools Stadium. Steve had a chance to do a few stadiums, I guess you will, stair steps, knock off some of that Del Rancho steak sandwich, and feeling good for the second half of action as the Owasso Rams get lined up to receive this ball.
You said the word run, which is not, I mean, I went downstairs and got a bottle of water, but I took a break before I came back up. Didn't want to overdo it with so much work left to do, so did my best just to make it back up here. Am drinking water, so we don't want that to be clear.
That's good, yeah. Stay hydrated with the water, absolutely.
So the football blows off the tee here as Moore gets ready to kick off from their own 40-yard line. Rams will be going left to right on your radio dial. Back deep for the Rams, it'll be Ronnie Thomas along with Keelan Carney. As we get ready for second half action, Rams leading 21-7. High line drive kick all the way back through the end zone with that strong wind still blowing out from the west. So the Rams will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Mason Willingham has been in at quarterback here tonight and has been very effective on the ground as well as through the air. And we'll see if the Ram offense cannot continue.
Third quarter sponsored tonight, State Farm agent Robert Long gets surprisingly great rates when you bundle home and auto insurance with State Farm agent Robert Long, located on 86th Street next to Coney Islander in Owasso.
Willingham back in at quarterback. Overstreet to his left. It's going to be a jet sweep from right to left. Cole Adams trying to get to the outside, trying to get a block from Overstreet. Shake and bakes there for a little bit. He's across the 30. That looked like a late hit on the ground. Ball came loose, and they're going to spot it at the 36-yard line. The referees are going to talk about it. I thought Cole was way down and almost out of bounds. And they're in front of the north bench, and Jared, that is unbelievable.
That's the second time in 2 games that Cole Adams has been
absolutely horrible.
Oh my goodness! Look, it's not my position to criticize anybody on the field, but that is easily. We're 200 feet away from the action, and he was down on the ground, rolled over the football, let it go, and they gave that to the Moore Lions. That is incredulous.
Yeah. So Moore Lions will come out and they'll take over 1st and 10 at the Owasso 36-yard line.
Oh, that's one of those times I wish we had instant replay.
Yes,
Steve.
me too.
My goodness, that was so
it'll be
bad.
a handoff to Dawkins on the right side. He's got some room. Jake Gillespie comes across, can't make the tackle. A block on the outside, and Dawkins is going to run for a first down. He's tackled out of bounds, and I was fearful there might be a flag on that. But apparently we have boundaries that are extended.
Well, and here's the situation, Steve. Again, a big momentum-shifting play at the beginning of a half, and the Owasso Rams have got to respond, really bow their neck, and not let Moore get back into this ball game.
So Wolf back in at quarterback, now empty backfield as he moves his tight end up. Brings a running back across, right to left, keeps the ball, goes out to the right. Chris McClellan can't quite make the tackle, and Wolf is going to be run out of bounds inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
McClellan nearly had him in the backfield, just outstretched, or just out of reach of his outstretched arms. And he's able to pick up 3 or 4 yards there on first down.
Whew, got my blood. I'm trying to recover from that.
Got my blood boiling a little bit
egregious
there.
Call. Got to put it behind you and overcome it.
That's right.
Wolf with running backs to his left and right. It's been a split backfield most of the night. Takes the handoff, runs to the left behind his 2 running backs. He's going to break free. He's going to be at the 5, and it's going to be a touchdown as Wolf runs it in from the 20-yard line. So off the turnover, it's a quick touchdown for the Moore Lions. And so a little bit of shell shock going on right now. As Moore with an opportunity to pull within 7 with this extra point attempt. On to kick is Liam Evans. His kick is up, and it's good. With 11:31 to go, it's Owasso 21, Moore 14. You're listening to Ram Football here on the Owasso Sports Network.
Whether it's supporting Owasso football on Friday nights or making sure you're covered in life, State Farm agent Robert Long is there for you. When it comes to home, life, and auto insurance, go with the one who's supported the Rams since day one. Go with State Farm agent Robert Long, located on 86th Street in Owasso.
Welcome back to Moore as we get ready for a quick kickoff. It's been in the first half, 30 seconds into the game, 2 touchdowns scored, and 30 seconds into the second half, Moore off the turnover, able to finish that off with a 20-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Denver Wolf, and it's a 7-point game here. Rams still lead 21-14, but another quick touchdown to open the half for the Moore Lions.
Yeah, look, Steve, I was about to say before that call, what a great job Cole Adams does of shifting and shaping his way to gain extra yards.
Keelan Carney receives the kickoff. He's out at the 20-yard line, running to the left side of the field, looking for blocks. Breaks up the middle across the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10, 5, touchdown, Owasso Rams, a kickoff return by Keelan Carney. How about those apples?
I'll tell you what, Steve, I've got one thing to say about that. Ball don't lie.
That's exactly right.
And again, that's how you respond to adversity.
So 2 touchdowns in 30 seconds of the first half, 2 touchdowns in 44 seconds of the second, 46 seconds of the second half. I don't believe I've ever seen that.
Wow. I'm speechless. Absolutely. Fantastic blocking there by the Owasso Rams special teams.
Jake Adams on for the point after attempt. His kick is up, and it's good. 2 quick touchdowns once again to begin the half. It's Owasso 28, Moore 14. We'll take another timeout. You're listening to Ram Football here on 100.1 KYFM.
Mediterranean Cafe, our goal is to serve you a fresh, healthy, homemade meal at an affordable price every time. We make over 100 menu items from scratch each day. Nothing frozen, nothing from a box, and we don't fry anything. Our menu is full of healthy options including vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free. Dine in, pick up, or experience our full-service catering delivered to your home, office, or event. Tzatziki's is locally owned and operated. Come see us.
Welcome back to more as the Owasso Rams on a 91-yard kickoff return by Keelan Carney gets things back in order.
And look, now I feel better about moving on
yes,
a little bit. An unbelievable job by Owasso there to quell the momentum shift by the Moore Lions, because Moore did a great job. They got the ball back. They were able to move the ball, 40 yards down the field and score. And Owasso just said, no, we're going to take this right back.
So Dawkins will field the kickoff at the 15-yard line. He's up to the 25, the 30, the 35, tackled from behind. He'll be brought down at the Moore Lion 38-yard line. I see Jordan in on the tackle for the Rams.
Yeah, Kunta Jordan, good job there. Track him down from behind and make sure he wasn't able to get any more yards, because he did have an open lane there. That could have been back-to-back sixes on kickoffs.
So it'll be 1st and 10 more from their own 37-yard line. Wolf will lead his offense back out onto the field. 28-14 with 11:09 to go here in the third quarter. Wolf with split backs. Takes the snap, hands off, run to the right side. Tackle made there by Jake Clifton. We've called his name all night long. Also Boley in on the tackle. And Tyler Rich.
Gain of 3 on the play, and again, thanks to the Hopper Group for sponsoring our touchdowns this season. That was a 91-yard kickoff return from Keelan Carney. That Hopper Group touchdown. Hopper Group is the #1 real estate team in the Tulsa Metro.
Gain of about 3 on the play. Ball at the 40-yard line. 2nd and 7. Wolf back in the pocket, looks to his left, throws one up, and incomplete. His intended receiver unable to come up with the reception. You got Brandon Ramsey and Millgate again in coverage.
That's right. That pass sailed a little bit, Steve, and I thought Brandon Ramsey might have a chance to jump it. Fortunately for Moore, that one fell harmlessly to the turf, a little bit underthrown, and it's 3rd down and 7 now for the Moore Lions.
Intended for Leonardo Henderson. Incomplete. Wolf looks over to the sideline again. Pretty much the same formation that we've seen all night long. Rams now, they're playing 5 guys deep. Jake Clifton's changing the defensive play. Wolf back in the pocket, looks to his left, flushed out to his right. There's nobody there. He's going to be able to run easily for the first down. Shakes a defender and is run out of bounds by Clifton. But again, Jared, we just lose gap control on that right side. And Wolf, who is very shifty, runs his receivers down deep. There's nobody out in that right flat to cover him.
That's right, and you're respecting Marcus Dawkins over there on the far side in the wideout. And again, he's just able to open that wide open over there and create some running room for the quarterback.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 more now into Ram territory at the Owasso 47-yard line. Wolf with a single back to his left. Now he brings it back across, fakes the handoff, and we're going to have a flag on the play this time, and the indication appears to be against the Moore Lions. That'll back them up 5 yards. So we'll call it 1st and 15. 10:20 to go here in the third.
Steve Moore's made some upgrades here to Moore School Stadium in the last year or so since we've been here. Nice big video board now. Some new facilities over there on the east side and southeast side.
Here at senior night at Moore. Now Moore runs up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to act like they're going to hurry. Empty backfield. Wolf in the pocket, looking downfield, lofts one downfield. He has a wide open receiver, and the catch is not made. Getting behind the defense is Braden Clark. The ball was underthrown, but still no defender in the area, a busted coverage. Coach Blankenship very displeased about that.
I would be too, Steve. That ball hit him in the hands, absolutely.
Well, if he leads him with
nobody behind him, and he's going 50 yards for 6. Thank goodness he dropped that ball, and now all of a sudden it's second down and long.
And interesting enough, it was underthrown with this strong wind to his back. A big break for the Rams.
Big.
Again, Wolf with an empty backfield, and he's going to call timeout. So with 10:15 to go, we'll take a Duralast Roofing Specialist timeout. It's Owasso 28, Moore 14. You're listening to Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM.
Owasso leading the Moore Lions 28-14 here in our third quarter. Third quarter brought to you by State Farm agent Robert Long. Get surprisingly great rates when you bundle home and auto insurance with State Farm agent Robert Long on 86th Street in Owasso.
Denver Wolf back in at quarterback as he gets ready on this second down and 15 play from the Moore 48-yard line. Now with split backs. Dawkins here to the near side. Wolf back in the pocket, looks to his right, throws an out pattern, and it's caught there, but quickly on the defense are the Rams. Jake Clifton and also the corner on that side. Yeah, he's had a good game.
Corbin Green has had a nice game in coverage. You know, tall task here tonight for our cornerbacks. Corbin Green, also number 31, Chance Milgate, having to cover some of these big receivers, especially number 7, Marcus Dawkins. But again, been pretty efficient tonight, giving up only 23 yards in passing in the first half.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 as the ball is spotted at the Owasso 42-yard line. Wolf again with 2 running backs to his left and right. He'll go back in the pocket, roll out to his left, try to square up and throw downfield. He's got Dawkins open, but again, the ball is underthrown as Dawkins able to get behind Chance Milgate.
Yeah, and Steve, I'm not so sure Dawkins didn't push off there to create that space, but nonetheless, the ball fell harmlessly to the turf, and it's 4th down and 5. I would imagine you see this offense stay on the field.
Yeah, it's been a battle between he and Milgate here tonight. Dawkins was having a discussion with the referee on the way back to the huddle, and not sure what his argument was about there. Because
there's usually that much space.
Yeah, a lot of room.
Probably the wide receiver creating.
Going for it on 4th down, the Lions. Wolf back in the pocket. He's going to be flushed out to his left. Got a lot of room. He's looking for a receiver downfield. Fakes the throw, and he's going to be tackled. They're not going to get it. A great play by Braden Foster.
Absolutely, and Jake Clifton again blowing up that play early on the blitz. He got held, still got to the backfield, and Denver Wolf was running for his life at that point. Great job by Braden Foster to bring him down, and that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Moore Lions.
So the Rams will take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Jared, initially, I thought Wolf had a lot of room. He stutter-stepped for a moment and actually gave the defense a chance to catch up with him. But I agree with you. Foster and Clifton chased him down from behind.
Yeah, snuffed it out.
Nice break for the Rams.
Here's one thing we haven't talked about. Also in the first half, 42-yard line was their average field position. Again here, great field position at the 39.
Willingham hands off to Overstreet, goes up the middle. He's up to the 45-yard line.
And again, a nice run on 1st down, able to get 5 or 6 yards. That's one thing that we talked about earlier, not able to do that as well or as efficiently last week against Mustang, so it's nice to establish that run on 1st down.
And keep the clock running.
Definitely.
So Willingham, as I think we've got an injured Moore Lion here on the near side, but he's able to get up and walk off rather quickly.
Tell you what, Steve, that clock keeps running. We might be able to get out of here before Del Rancho closes. We could get 4th meal on the way back to Owasso.
Willingham on the snap, in the pocket, quick throw out to the left. It's Ronnie Thomas. He gets a couple of good blocks by his receivers. He's across the 45, pushed out of bounds and down late. I thought that might have been a late foul.
Yeah, we've got a flag near the line of scrimmage. It's going to be holding on Owasso.
That's going to go against the Rams, so that'll back them up. And again, we talked about this in the pregame. Mistakes. We've done well on the turnovers here tonight. Right. Had the one fake turnover that was given to Moore, but now another penalty that is really critical for the Rams on this drive. They've been moving the football, but now they'll back themselves back up to the 36-yard line.
Yeah.
It'll be 2nd and 13.
Talking limiting mistakes, Steve, you're right. The turnovers hasn't really been an issue. I'm not going to give that a turnover for Owasso that Cole Adams coughed up. It wasn't a cough up, but
hand off to Carney on the left side, and again, the outside receivers are doing a great job of holding their blocks. Gain of about 4 on the play for the Rams.
Yeah, Cole Adams, you're talking about outside blocking by the wide receivers. Cole Adams pushed his guy all the way down inside Moore Lion territory, about 17 yards past the line of scrimmage.
So it'll bring up 3rd and 8, trying to overcome the penalty. Willingham with 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Single back, gets the look over to the sideline. Now he'll call the play out to his offensive line. Here's the snap, back in the pocket, single coverage on the left side. He's looking for Cole Adams. Cole goes up, makes the catch at the Moore Lion 25-yard line, and then stares at Dawkins and just says, "You can't cover me."
That's a battle of the sevens right there, and I'll take our number 7 over their number 7 any day of the week. Cole Adams had eyes on that ball the whole time. A beautiful ball from Mason Willingham to lead him perfectly. Cole just timed the jump really well and was able to get that State Farm agent Casey Miller first down.
First down, Rams at the 24-yard line. Willingham will hand off to, I believe that's Deshaun Kennard in the game. That's the first action we've seen of him since his injury early in the season.
Oh, boy, Steve, that's really good to see Deshaun Kennard running.
Yep. Get that triple-headed monster going back there.
Get that into the Oklahoma Bank of America red zone.
Second down, Willingham back in the pocket. It's a wheel route out of the backfield. It's not there. Willingham throws it out to the left side. Caught, trying to get up on the first down. I couldn't see if that was Cole Adams. And a fumble on the play. It's going to be a turnover to the Moore Lions. Maybe just trying to do too much that time.
Yeah, and that was Keelan Carney on the reception. Great job to catch the ball. The ball was thrown a little bit low. He caught the ball and was just trying to make a little too much happen there, get to the sticks, and that ball was punched out. A big break for the Moore Lions here with 8:19 remaining in the third quarter.
Sometimes you just have to go down and take what you got and play for another down. I know we're trying to fight for yardage on that, but
yeah, Steve, second down and 5 or 6. Live for another play. But nonetheless, the Moore Lions have the ball. It's time for Owasso to step up here on defense.
So Wolf back in at quarterback. Single back. They fake the handoff. Wolf runs to his left. He's going to be caught from behind for no gain on the play. Jake Clifton once again. We've called his name all night long. Also Chris McClellan.
And look, Steve, when your front four is dominating the line of scrimmage, it gives guys with speed and power like Jake Clifton the ability to get around the outside and hit the backfield, or go up the middle and hit that backfield strong.
Sorry, that will bring up 2nd and 10 for the Lions. Ram defense making adjustment. Quick jet sweep here to the near side. And a great tackle, as it looked like trying to cut up field was Braden Clark, but he is hit hard and immediately.
It's Brandon Ramsey
in on the tackle.
And we've called Jake Clifton's name a lot tonight. We've called Brandon Ramsey's name a lot tonight. He's been all over the field, and a great job there. The ball carrier had a blocker out in front of him, and Brandon Ramsey was able to shuck that blocker, keep him to the outside, use the near sideline as help, and was able to just bring him down in the open field. 3rd down and 8 now.
So the Rams trying to get the ball back and not let this turnover hurt them. Wolf back in the pocket. He's under pressure, runs out to his left, throws it back across. It's caught. It's going to be a first down. That catch made by Lenato Henderson. He's finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Ramsey again in on the tackle with Clifton along with Half.
Hey, credit to Denver Wolf there, the quarterback. Just a heads-up play by him. Again on 3rd down and long. The pocket breaks down. Owasso bringing the pressure, which you like to see, but he's able to spin out of it and find a receiver in the open field for the first down.
Aiden Lewis now on the field to give Braden Foster a breather. 1st and 10 Lions at their own 32-yard line. Wolf taking his time, 6:18 on the clock. Wolf back in the pocket, again under pressure, able to break up the middle, and he's going to be caught from behind. I believe that's Chris McClellan.
Right.
It is. We'll call it a gain of 4 on the play.
And there was some open field there, Steve. If Chris McClellan wouldn't have had him, Aiden Lewis is there in coverage trying to keep him in containment, but he had a couple receivers on the far side, maybe a little 2-on-1 situation over there. So good to contain them to just 4 yards there on 1st down.
Clock continues to roll as we're under 6 minutes. 5:41 to go here in this 3rd quarter. 2nd and 6 at the Moore 36-yard line. Wolf with split backs runs to his right. He's going to keep it, try to get up the middle, and he's caught from behind once again. A tackle missed early on, but Half in on the tackle.
Hunter Half, 6'2", 215, junior, doing a good job. They're just wrapping up, not letting go, and I believe that was just a gain of about 2 yards, so it's another big 3rd down here for the Owasso defense.
3rd and 4, and you're right. This is an opportune time because I don't believe this would be 4-down territory for Coach Hill and his Lions. Wolf fakes the handoff, tries to run up the middle.
Oh, ball on the
ground, and the Rams recovered it. Brandon Ramsey was the first one there. I believe there's another Ram in with him. And Owasso will take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line of Moore. First turnover of the game for the Lions.
Yeah, Chris McClellan doing a phenomenal job of wrapping up the ball carrier there. Believe he also punched out the ball. That thing went flying across the field. And Brandon Ramsey with the heads-up play to fall on it. Give the Rams unbelievable field position here. 44-yard line in Moore Lions territory. 4:49 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and a chance to blow this thing wide open.
So Willingham brings his offense back out onto the field. 1st and 10 at the Moore 44-yard line. Handoff to Kennard, breaks to the outside, looking for blocks. He's got room. He stumbles there for a moment, and that's going to hold him up, but he's just shy of the 1st down marker.
And that's one thing we've missed from Deshaun Kennard there. He's got that lateral speed, that lateral movement, able to just, this lane's not open, let's pop out to the next one. See if that one's open. If it's not, let's pop out to the outside lane. And able to get 10 yards there on 1st down. Another State Farm agent, Casey Miller, 1st down and 10.
Wasn't sure he got to the sticks, but it's enough for the Ram 1st down. Now the handoff on the jet sweep. No, Willingham keeps it up the middle, breaks a tackle. He's down to the 25-yard line. So a 9-yard run on 1st down brings up a 2nd and 1.
Great read from Mason Willingham now there. Keep the ball. Linebackers went with the running back, and he was wide open for 9 yards on 1st down.
Ball will be spotted at the Lion 25-yard line. Handoff on the right side, and tripped up is Kennard. And Jared, it looks like he's just trying to run a little bit too fast.
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
having a little bit of trouble keeping his balance, but I'm sure he's excited to get back in and get these reps.
Absolutely. I'm sure he's thrilled to just be in some game action right now. It's been all season long we haven't seen Deshaun Kennard, and so it's exciting to see him in there. You'd like to see him let those blocks set up a little bit better, but nonetheless got another 1st down, and the Rams are threatening.
Willingham back in the pocket, looking downfield, throws a fade. No, he's going to be the back shoulder pass. We're caught there. I think that's Jeray Austin trying to see as he's inside the 5 down to about the 2-yard line. It is Jeray Austin on the reception.
First reception tonight for Jeray, and again, that 4-headed receiving monster. Any other team, he'd be the go-to guy.
Yeah.
We have the luxury of being able to kind of hide him in our offense until we need him here in the 3rd quarter.
So it'll be 1st and goal for the Rams at the 2-yard line. Willingham You got to think, Jared, he's probably going to try to keep the ball and run it in himself. He hands it off to Overstreet, who's caught in the backfield, but Overstreet able to get back to the line of scrimmage as he's drugged down from behind.
Yeah, Derek Overstreet, kind of the power back of these three running backs, and you know, was able to just kind of turn his legs and get back to the line of scrimmage or near the line of scrimmage. It's second down now, and you're right, Steve. You got to think that maybe Mason Willingham's going to call his own number here.
Yeah, just run it into the left side again like he did in the first half. Gives the handoff to Overstreet again, who says, nope, I'll just take it in myself. Touchdown, Owasso Rams. Derek Overstreet from 2 yards out.
We'll take it.
So the Rams up now 34-14 with the extra point attempt getting ready to happen.
Derek Overstreet, 3-yard touchdown plunge. That's another Hopper Group touchdown for the Owasso Rams. When you're looking for a new home, go with who you know. Go with the Hopper Group in Owasso. RE/MAX results.
High snap. Cole Adams brings it down. He's calling fire and tries to throw it, and there's just nothing you could do on that, Jared. That snap was just way too high that threw the timing off, and Rams unable to convert that extra point. But as it is with 2:30 to go here in the third quarter, and Owasso Rams now up their lead over the Moore Lions. You're listening to Ram Football here on 100.1 KYFM.
Take my hand, don't let go. Look in my eyes and in my soul. Hold me close, hold me near. Please let go of all your fear. I'm not going anywhere.
Automotive broadcast booth. Jared Gallagher, Steve Mowry with you here. 34-14, the Owasso Rams lead the Moore Lions off of that 3-yard Derek Overstreet touchdown run. 2:30 remaining here in the third quarter. Brought to you by State Farm agent Robert Long.
So it's great to see the Rams get the turnover back and be able to get points off that turnover. Jake Adams will tee it up. He'll be kicking into this wind. It's going to be a high onside here to the near side. Fair catch is called.
We got a flag down and maybe offsides on the kicking team.
That is the indication. So let's see if Moore elects to take the ball. They had good field position, but they're going to back the Rams up, make them kick it again into this wind. I don't blame them for that, as we see the flags standing on end here in the west end zone. I mean, they've been blowing well 20 or over. We see pieces of trash blowing up here on occasion like a small tornado. So Adams will tee it up at the Owasso 35-yard line. He'll kick it off here again. You got to think the Rams will do the same thing and go with the high onside kick. Everybody gets set. And that's exactly what it is. Again, the fair catch call and made at the 35-yard line. So not much difference in field position on that, as the fair catch signal is made by Liam Evans, a sophomore.
See, we've had some fireworks in this game. It's going to be tough to pick a play of the game.
Got a lot to choose from.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of heavy pressure going on there with our staff here in the booth.
That's right. We may have to go by committee to vote by committee to see what our play of the game is here tonight.
So Moore takes over 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Wolf in at quarterback, split backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to his left. He's going to fold back in the pocket and throw underneath to Dawkins, who's got a lot of room down the sideline, down to the Ram 30, 25 to the 20. Making the hit on the play, that was Corbin Green, and he came up a little bit slow that time, as a nice play call. It's going to move the chains down to the Rams' 22-yard line, 1st and 10.
Marcus Dawkins just got a head of steam there and wide open on that catch, was able to I don't know, had 20, 30 yards before you could blink. And
well,
so
at 6'5", his strides gets him down the field quickly. Wolf sends a lone back out to the right. He falls back in the pocket. He's looking downfield, flushed out of the pocket, tackled. Gage Smith in on the tackle. And that may be Trey Hall. He is making some noise with him, so the rotation up front for the defensive line pays off. Trey Hall really with the assist, if you will, on the play for Gage Smith to make the tackle.
And also credit to Tyler Rich on the bull rush on the outside, just collapsed the right side of the pocket, forced the quarterback to come up the middle, and that was nothing doing. Had Gage Smith and Trey Hall right there for the tackle.
So no gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Wolf look at the sideline. Dawkins here on the near side. Wolf back in the pocket, flushed out, under pressure, reverses field and almost tackled again. Now that's too long to try to cover, and he tries to throw downfield. Jake Clifton was underneath the intended receiver, and we're going to have a late flag back here in the backfield.
Extremely late.
I didn't see what happened back there as I was looking downfield. Let's see what the call is as the referees are looking. Personal foul, roughing the passer against the Rams.
Wow. That's another big personal foul, Steve, and those will catch up to you. I mean, that's 3 or 4 now personal fouls that we've seen here tonight. You know, for the most part, Owasso's been able to get away scot-free, but that one could be a big one.
So that's going to move the ball as they step it off down to the Ram 12-yard line when this Ram defense had made a great play on that. I mean, Wolf with his escapability is so elusive, and he's able to get out here to the left side, but he also does a good job of turning, squaring up his shoulders, makes a strong throw downfield. The pass was incomplete as Jake Clifton with underneath coverage was able to tip the ball, I think, just out of the reach of the intended receiver. As it is, with the penalty, 1st and 10, Wolf with the handoff up the middle and trying to get into the end zone for the Moore Lion touchdown. And he does. That is C.J. Simon. And the Rams just back on their heels right now after that penalty. So touchdown Moore Lions.
And credit to the Lions, Steve, for responding as well as they have. It's done a really good job of responding, finding ways. I mean, the pocket has collapsed so many times. Owasso's getting into the backfield and pressuring the quarterback, just not able to get there completely. And Moore's responded, and now it's a 13-point ball game here as we get near the 4th quarter.
So the extra point is good with 55 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's Owasso 34, Moore 21. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
When chip happens, it's a good thing. That's because Chip Shepard with Shepard Technologies is the #1 computer repair and IT technician in Owasso. With expertise in firewall technologies, network design, server administration, and computer networking, Shepard Technologies is the answer to your tech needs. For more information, request a quote today, whenchiphappens.com.
We welcome you back to the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth, where Moore has finished a drive and they've pulled back to within 13, 34-21 as they get ready to kick off. 55 seconds left to go here in our 3rd quarter as the ball blows off the tee for a second time. Again, those winds are strong here tonight, all the way down the turnpike. They've been strong, and they really have not let up the entirety of this ball game.
But I think gas mileage is going to be a little bit better going back up the turnpike than it was coming this way. But Steve, this game, interesting feeling. I mean, you feel like Owasso should be dominating this game.
Yeah.
It's just a couple of those breaks not going Owasso's way, and all of a sudden it's a 2-score ball game.
There's a line drive picked up at the 20-yard line. Jeray Austin trying to get out to the outside. It's an extra block, but there's a late tackle. We got a flag way back. Well, he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line. You got to think that's going to be a hold against the Rams kicking team, as that'll move the ball back, and that is the indication.
I tell you, Hayes is really psyched up for that tackle. Pretty psyched up for giving up 20 yards on a kickoff return, but
that was a bullet that was caught by the Ram
Dre Austin
kick return team.
More like a pass than it was a kick.
Yeah.
I mean,
so that'll back the ball up to the Owasso 31-yard line, where they will start over 1st and 10 here now with 47 seconds to go. A lot of time left in this game, Jared, and Rams really need to put another score on the board. Willingham hands the ball off to Overstreet on the left side. He's got some room, trying to get to the outside, now back to the inside before he's tackled shy of midfield. Great blocking downfield by that Ram offensive line.
And another phenomenal run on first down there, Steve. I'd be curious to see what the stats were on first down runs here tonight, because Owasso's done such a good job of running, finding their blocks and running the ball on first down. Another great job by Derek Overstreet there.
1st and 10 Rams. Willingham brings a receiver across, hands it off to Overstreet, who's going to be hit in the backfield, tackled for a loss of 1 on the play. Well played that time by the Moore Lion defense. On that last gain, though, Jared, I saw Nolan Ackenhausen way downfield.
Yeah, absolutely.
Continues to throw blocks. We mentioned his brother Nate Ackenhausen, who just signed a baseball to play for LSU.
That's right.
And so he'll be one of the Bayou Bengals. Timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout with them, a Duralast roofing specialist timeout. 12 minutes to go as we get ready for the fourth quarter. It's Owasso 34, Moore 21. You're listening to Ram Football here on 100.1 KYFM.
Tell you, we're really excited about this year. We've got a great group of guys. They've been working really hard through the summer and preseason.
Rambo, so good to see you. What do you think about First Bank of Owasso? Awesome. Isn't it amazing that they've given over $400,000 to Owasso Public Schools in the last 7 years? When someone has banking needs in Owasso, who should they call? Well, you heard it from Rambo. First Bank of Owasso is the place to be.
Back to Moore as we get ready for fourth quarter action. Jared, we look out and we see the debris blowing here at press box level. So a good indication of the strong winds that we still have going here. Rams on second down. Willingham gives the ball to Cole Adams, running to the right side. He's got some room, got a good block on the outside, breaks the edge, fakes, stops at the sideline, runs back in before he's knocked out of bounds inside the Moore line, 40-yard line, and that will be a State Farm agent, Casey Miller, first down.
I tell you what, Steve, Derek Overstreet's quick. Cole Adams just ran Derek Overstreet on the outside. He's trying to get that block, and that's another first down.
At the Lion 39-yard line, Adams again with the ball running to the right side, and he's going to be flung out of bounds by his jersey. As a gain of about 3 on the play, it'll be 2nd and 7. Jared, you've got some numbers through 3 quarters.
Yeah, looking at third quarter stats, Owasso 28 rushes, 135 yards, 10 of 12 passing for 196 yards, so still efficient passing the ball. Haven't really needed to pass it that much. 331 total yards of offense for Moore High School, 32 rushes, 131 yards, 6 of 14 passing for 96 yards. That's 227 total yards. Penalties, Steve, huge. For Owasso, 8 penalties, 86 yards. For Moore, just 2 penalties and 10 yards.
Rams, Willingham back in the pocket, looking downfield. Can't find anybody, and then he flips it over to the side to the open receiver. Down to the 20-yard line. Couldn't see who that was on the far side there initially.
Keelan Carney, I believe, was the receiver.
Twisted down awkwardly, so he gets up and kind of hobbles on that left leg, but that'll be another State Farm agent Casey Miller first down, as the Rams now at the Moore Lion 22-yard line, knocking on the door, trying to get another score here as we approach 11:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Willingham hands off to, I believe that's Deshaun Kennard again, and he's met right in the backfield, so no gain on the play, possible loss, and that's what it's going to be, a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, Owasso front just got beat off the ball there. nothing doing for Deshaun Kennard. It's 2nd down and 12.
Now Overstreet in the backfield to the left of Willingham. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Willingham goes back in the pocket, looks downfield, throws up a jump ball in the end zone. Touchdown, Cole Adams.
Wow.
He's done it all season long. Just mossed the defender and comes down with the Ram touchdown. Unbelievable.
Wisconsin Badgers are licking their lips looking at that right now. Holy smokes, Cole Adams.
Now he has to stay on the field. I always feel sorry for him after that jump.
Doesn't have time to celebrate.
And he's winded. He's got to go back and hold for his brother.
And take a breath.
Actually, Austin Havens is on in at quarterback. The Rams are going to go for 2. Overstreet in the backfield. Overstreet takes the direct snap. Then they throw it back to Cole Adams. He throws it into Austin Havens. It's not the Philly special. It's the Owasso special.
And it was Cole Adams to Austin Havens. Unbelievable.
So with 10:45 to go here in the 4th quarter, it's Owasso 42, Moore 21. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
St. Francis Health System has more than 100 locations across eastern Oklahoma, all united by one mission, to extend the presence and healing ministry of Christ in all we do. We are Oklahoma's largest and only locally owned and operated health system, dedicated to providing the most advanced, comprehensive health care and making a positive impact in the communities we serve. St. Francis Health System, healthcare for life. Learn more at stfrancis.com.
Welcome back to Moore, where the Owasso Rams have extended their lead back to 21, now 42-21 over Moore on a great catch by Cole Adams from Mason Willingham, 24-yard reception. And then it was Derek Overstreet on the direct snap who pitches the ball to Cole Adams coming from right to left, who throws it back to Austin Havens, who had lined up, we thought, as quarterback, but maybe as a running back for the reception. So,
wide open, too, in the end zone. Probably the most creative Executive Holmes extra point attempt we've seen this season. And it's now 42-21. The Owasso Rams have doubled up the Moore Lions here at Moore Schools Stadium. Thank you once again to the Hopper Group for sponsoring our touchdowns. And they're getting their money's worth here tonight. 42 points on the board.
High kickoff deep with the wind to his back. Caught at the 4-yard line. Out to the 15, to the 20. Trying to get to the outside, but nothing doing there, as in on the play that time is going to be Aiden Lewis in coverage.
A good physical tackle by Aiden Lewis there. I think Elisha Malvo was also in on that tackle. And again, Owasso really dominating the field position game here tonight. We've seen some unbelievable field position for the Rams right around the 40-yard line most of the time, sometimes up in front of the 40-yard line into Moore line territory. And Moore's just had a long way to go on these drives.
Yeah, and that's one thing that you got to say about what Owasso has done. It's been a long field for the Moore Lions here this evening. Wolf back in at quarterback. 1st and 10 is his own 20-yard line, and a handoff on the right side, and breaking all the way across into Ram territory at the 40-yard line. I thought he was going to go all the way, trying to get a number, Jared.
Yeah, number 2, Braden Clark.
I think that's who returned the kickoff return early on.
That's right. Just hit the hole. Good speed there, good quickness. Was able to find some space, and only had one man to beat that. Good open field tackle. But it's 1st down and 10 inside Owasso territory.
At the Owasso 40-yard line, Wolf brings Clark across, gives him the football again on the left side, and he's quickly up for a 6-7-yard gain on the play. Just a jet sweep, cuts it up before he gets to his first receiver blocker on that left side.
And look, Steve, what did we say early in the game? Make somebody else beat you here tonight. Don't let number 7 beat you. And really, Owasso's done a pretty adequate job of that, limiting him. I don't think he's scored at all tonight, number 7. It's been other people. So, number 2, Braden Clark's doing a good job here on this drive, but make somebody else beat you.
Wolf in the pocket, looks downfield, throws it out to the left flat to Dawkins. He's got enough for the first down. Stiff arm inside the 15, 10, 5. He dives to the pylon. I think he's in, Jared. Let's see the indication. No, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, just as I say that.
Or the 1-yard line. Don't say that anymore.
Who is it, Marcus Dawkins?
Yeah. Man, he's got a stride, though, when he gets the ball, doesn't he?
He does. Good athlete. All the way down to the 1-yard line. Louis, first and goal from the 1. See if Owasso can.
Well, I think Dawkins is going to line up in the Wildcat with Wolf to his left. It'll be a direct snap to Dawkins. And he's just going to run right up the middle and dives for the end zone. I thought he was going to be stopped short. They're going to mark him short.
Short on the far side. We'll see what the near side.
I'm going to say
no indication from the near side. Oh, there it is. A late touchdown from the near side.
Wow.
I'll tell you what,
that's the latest touchdown indication I've ever seen in my life.
I'm just saying that's the same guy that called the fumble.
The same guy.
The same guy that threw the late flag. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's got good size, but he was bottled up at about the 3-yard line. I don't know. They're a lot closer than we are, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. 42-27 now. 8.5 minutes to play here at Moore School Stadium. Extra point pending for the Moore Lions.
They'll light it up. Kicking into the wind. Kick is up. And it's good. So Moore able to put another score on the board with 8:37 to go here in our ball game. It's Owasso 42, Moore Lions 28. Listening to Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM.
Insurance and agent Casey Miller are proud to support the Owasso Rams in their pursuit of excellence, both on and off the field. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, or even pet insurance, visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Go Rams!
Welcome back to Moore Stadium, where the Lions have responded with a touchdown of their own with 8:37 to go here in the fourth quarter. As Dawkins able to punch it in from 1 yard out. A late indication, if you will, but still, touchdown is good. And Rams looking for a response here. The Lions will be kicking into this stiff wind. Going back, the Rams are just going to send one returner. That's Jeray Austin, and he's lined up at about the Ram 23-yard line. Owasso has their hands team in, and it's going to be an onside high, and it's covered there by the Rams. Emery Neely with the recovery, and so Owasso's going to get good starting field position. You know, I don't disagree with the call, Jared, but a little surprised you would go with an onside kick with that much time. I guess that could go either way.
You know, it's high school football.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of drive opportunities left here with 8.5 minutes to play, especially, if Owasso's able to string a couple of first downs here. The last thing you want to do is give them 95 yards of field to go and do that and put together a 5-6 minute drive. So, interesting call. I don't necessarily hate it.
So Willingham fakes the jet sweep, gets punched to the outside, and then he's thrown down to the ground. Thought it might have been by the helmet there for a moment as they slammed his head down to the ground. He's going to lose about 2 on the play. Let's see if there was a flag in. Jared, I don't see it on the... There's one way back in the secondary at the 36-yard line. So let's see what this call is. Maybe a defensive hold. Now they're saying it's against the Rams. Unsportsmanlike conduct? Wow, on a running play like that fast?
From the back judge, 30 yards from the ball.
Okay.
Hey.
That moves the ball back to the Owasso 29-yard line.
And it looks like it may have been, again, it's hard for us to hear because these windows are closed. We can't open them, but it looks like it was after the play, so you lose the down as well.
Quick to the line. Willingham throws out to the right. It's a good play call going up the field on the outside.
Ronnie Thomas.
Ronnie Thomas with that wide receiver screen on the far side, and just like that, Ronnie Thomas says, I'll get you 25 and a first down. That's exactly what he does. A State Farm agent, Casey Miller, first down, as they'll spot the ball back in Moore Lion territory at their 41-yard line.
Huge night from Ronnie Thomas. Gets just about his reception average there, which, you know, he's pushing 30 yards per reception tonight, Steve. Up close to 150 yards. He had 120 in the first half.
Most of that in the first quarter. So they respot the ball. Willingham in the pocket, looks downfield under pressure, able to escape. He's going to have to take off running. He's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Smart play not to force anything downfield.
29.4 yards per reception so far here from Ronnie Thomas. Unbelievable game. Thank you, Rob, for that stat. We appreciate that. Inside 8 minutes to play now.
So two receivers to the left, two to the right. Single back in the backfield. Willingham trying to bark the defense offside, and I thought the offense and defense both moved, but no flag on the play.
And now down to 5 seconds on the play clock.
Willingham in the pocket, trying to find a run, spins out of it, rolls to his left, back to his right. He's got room right up the middle, gets a good block out to the 25, down to almost the 20-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
Fantastic run by Mason Willingham there, and good blocking by the Owasso Rams. When he cut back, he spun outside, and when he cut back, Owasso's blockers had the headspace to go, hey, we got to let go of these blocks here.
Heads-up play is
absolutely.
That will, they'll spot the ball at the Moore Lion 22-yard line, 1st and 10 Owasso. 7-11 here in the fourth quarter. It's 42-28. Owasso leads, and we have a timeout on the field. We'll take a 30-second timeout as well. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
There are currently 2 million American spouses and children whose family member was killed or disabled in defense of our country, which is why I founded the Folds of Honor, providing educational scholarships to the families of 1% of the Americans who protect our freedom.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Fold of Honor.
Please join our squadron today. Your $13 a month speaks volumes and changes lives forever.
Welcome back to Moore as the injured player able to get off the field. Rams 1st and 10. Willingham throws it out to the right side, looking for that screen, and shake and bake, getting up the middle. It's Cole Adams, the spin move. How did he do that? The guy is magic. Looked like he was going to be tackled as he was surrounded by 4 red jerseys, and somehow Cole Adams able to squirm his way out of it, not just enough for a gain, but for a first down.
Steve, the normal receiver catches that ball in the backfield, sees he's bottled up, and steps out of bounds.
Yeah.
Cole Adams is not normal.
Willingham hands the ball right up the middle. It's Overstreet, crashes in, boom, he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Finally, there's the signal as Derek Overstreet runs through 2 Lion defenders. He was not going to be denied, and that bumps the Rams score back up 48-28. Unbelievable. Off the play by Cole Adams, and then Derek Overstreet able to finish it off. Now Jake Adams will come on for the extra point. Cole's got to come back and hold again.
Mr.
Jake's
Do It
kick
All.
is up, and it's good. And Owasso, with 6:36 to go here in the fourth, lead the Moore Lions 49-28. You're listening to Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM.
Hometown team, and Johnny Kohler Jewelry is your hometown jeweler. Our team can design the next custom piece of jewelry, or come in to shop popular brands and estate pieces, or for a quick watch battery change or complimentary cleaning. No matter what you need, John E. Kohler Jewelry has the right play for you. As your hometown jeweler, we love to see the Owasso Rams win under Friday Night Lights. Come by and meet our winning team at John E. Kohler Jewelry Designs, and we'll make every visit a touchdown.
Welcome back to the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast Booth. 6 plays, 54 yards for the Owasso Rams in 2 minutes and 20 seconds, capped off by an 8-yard Derek Overstreet touchdown run. That touchdown once again brought to you by the Hopper Group. Here in Owasso, RE/MAX results go with the Hopper Group.
Set up by a great catch and run by Cole Adams, and the fact that Owasso was able to come over to overcome a 1st and 25 back in their own territory. As Jake Adams kicks it off, it's going to be fielded at the 2-yard line. Pitch back to Dawkins. Dawkins runs to his right, and then he's hit and tackled hard. Aiden Lewis once again in on the tackle.
Yeah, great job by Aiden on the coverage there. And that's interesting. You usually see, kind of a cross pattern on those pitch plays. That wasn't the case. He was just standing 2 or 3 yards behind him and said, hey, you're the athlete.
Yeah.
Here's the ball. Go.
You're faster.
Go do something with it. Yeah, absolutely. And obviously not able to outrun Aiden Lewis there, who's standing in the way. A good tackle. And back at the 19-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Lions. Hand off to Clark, trying to run to the left side. He's weaving his way through before he's brought down. A gain of 8 on the play.
Braden Foster on the tackle, coming in from the backside. And a good run on 1st down from Clark.
The good news now is those runs, even though they're getting gains, that's keeping this clock rolling. 49-28, Rams lead. 6:05 to go here in our ball game. Wolf with a single back. He's in the pocket, throws out to his left, caught there, and then tackled immediately as Dawkins. Good coverage that time by the Rams. Jake Gillespie came up and made the tackle. Had some help by Aiden Lewis once again.
And the Rams have really relied on Jake Gillespie here tonight and obviously last week as well. He's done a really good job of stepping into that role and bringing some physicality and some leadership to that secondary.
That's enough for a 1st down at the Moore Lion 33-yard line. A little surprised here that Moore has taken so much time. They almost took up all the play clock time.
Yeah, down to 4 seconds.
We'll take that. Wolf in the pocket, looking downfield, throws right over the middle. Catch is made there by the receiver, and he's across the 45-yard line. Leonardo Henderson. And then Brandon Ramsey comes up, hopping on 1 foot.
Yeah, Corbin Green on that tackle, and Jake Clifton also. And, I love watching Jake Clifton play football. He hits him once, not able to bring him down, comes right back in, and is just trying to rip that ball the entire time until he goes to the ground.
So timeout on the field with 4:56 to go here in our ball game. It's Owasso 49, Moore 28. You're listening to Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jason Griffin.
And I'm Dr. Caleb Nunley.
And we at Tulsa Bone and Joint are happy to be the team physicians for the Owasso Rams.
I'm Dexter Millsap.
And I'm Zach McGinty, and we are the athletic trainers for the Owasso Rams.
Here's some of the services that we provide in the Tulsa Bone and Joint Athletic Training Facility.
Take my hand, don't let go. Look in my eyes and in my soul. Hold me close, hold me near. Please let go of all your not going anywhere.
Able to move the sticks and get out of bounds to stop the clock.
4:36 to go as Moore now with a first down at the Owasso 41-yard line.
And again, Steve,
Just
not
taking a
yeah.
lot, no urgency here.
I know the clock stopped, but man, they just don't seem to have any urgency right now.
I mean, again, you're inside 10 seconds of the play clock. Now they're going to run Clark out to the
Jake
side.
Clifton.
He read that
Oh,
off the
my
way.
goodness.
That's what watching film will do for you as Jake Clifton bursts through to bust up the jet sweep and throw Clark down to the ground. A big loss on the play for the Moore Lions. The Kansas State commit came in and said, not now.
No. Manhattan's going to enjoy him, that's for sure. And he's going to enjoy Manhattan.
Yeah. 2nd and 14 at the Ram 45-yard line. Wolf back in the pocket, flushed out to his left. He's going to be marked down. He ran into his left tackle and just went down to the ground.
And that was Jake Clifton again. This guy is possessed. He's unbelievable.
Another loss on the play, back into more Lion territory.
Clock continues to run.
They'll be at their own 49-yard line. 3rd and 20. And really just letting so much time run off the clock. I mean, that's an advantage for the Rams, but a bit surprising. Here comes a Rams blitz, a lot of pressure, but a flag before the play takes off. And we're going to have a procedure call now against Moore, so that will back them up another 5 yards.
That'll be 3rd down and 25. You're going to get all the way down to the 31-yard line just to get to the first down sticks. But you got to believe this is 4-down territory. Clock running quickly here. Now inside 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Now empty backfield, trips to the right, twins to the left. Wolf back in the pocket, looking downfield. Busted in the backfield.
Oh, Braden Foster.
My goodness, he didn't even have time to look
No,
downfield.
coming off of both ends, it was Braden Foster and Jake Clifton, both back there. Ooh, he's going to feel that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to overcome here. Typically, you would think you would go for it on 4th down, but it's 4th and about 35 yards. It's a long way.
That is a very long way. We'll see, punting into the wind. Clock now inside 2.5 minutes, and it looks like, I don't know, maybe Moore is just chalking this one up.
So we're going to have an official's timeout. Cole Adams has a helmet issue as he's getting assistance from the referee at the Owasso 33-yard line. Now we got him hooked up. He'll step back up as Moore will have to punt into this stiff wind.
Says, thank you, sir. Appreciate the help. Now I'm going to go hopefully run this one back for 6.
Punting from the 23-yard line. The ball is dropped on the ground. The punter's going to be tackled.
Oh, that's still out.
Line. Recovered by the Rams. No, it doesn't matter, but it's going to be out of bounds for Owasso. The punter just mishandled the ball completely.
So the first down marker, Steve, was at the Owasso 31-yard line.
Yes.
Owasso's going to get the ball inside the Moore 20-yard line. That's a 50-yard swing.
The referees are going to confer here, but Jared, I don't know what would there be to talk about.
I don't know. It should be about the 12-yard line.
About the 15-yard line inside. Yeah, you're right. And they're going to mark it at the.
I don't understand, Steve.
I don't know. I guess I don't know as much about football
I guess not.
I thought I did.
At least West Side football.
So Willingham hands it off to Kennard, who runs up the middle. You know he wants to score. He's down to the 10-yard line.
Oh, wouldn't you love to see that? Get Kennard in the ball game, get him some points.
Down the Oklahoma Bank of America red zone.
Another State Farm agent, Casey Miller, first down inside 2 minutes now, and clock is stopped.
Well, they're moving the chains. It's actually going to be marked at the 11-yard line. So the Rams could get a first down, but taking plenty of time here.
Curious to get a ruling on that, Steve, because the punter fumbled the ball at about the 22-yard line where they marked it, but he fumbled it. It went all the way back inside the 15 down to about the 12-yard line where we are now, and they marked it at the 22. But, again, it looks like Owasso
going into our favorite formation, the victory formation.
Clock is running. Oh, Cole Adams is hyped up. This is a good win for the Owasso Rams.
Sure is. They're going to move to 7-2 on the season, but more importantly, secure, we believe, third place, as they'll be on the road next week again over here to the west side as they take a knee and watch the clock run down.
They got a false start on the Rams before the snap, so pushing back 5 yards. Minute 17 here to go, and Steve, we will, after we get down to zeros on the clock, we'll give you your First Bank of Owasso final score, go to a quick break, and come back with the Owasso Ram postgame show. And some good things to talk about here tonight.
Willingham takes another knee, and clock will roll inside a minute as the Rams will finish this off.
Moving to 7-2 on the season, 4-2 in district play. And Steve will finish off the regular season next week at Putnam City High School. Putnam City Original High School, is that correct?
That's my understanding at this point, yes. Right. Another 7 o'clock start.
That's right, back over here on the west side. And
a Friday night game.
Friday night, that's right. Where there will be scores to report.
Yes.
I won't keep looking at Squirtle. That's right.
So the Rams take the final knee, and they'll come out and congratulate the Moore Lions after this win here tonight. The clock down to 10 seconds. Your First Bank of Owasso final score, it's Owasso 49, Moore 28. First Bank of Owasso is the bank you can believe in. Thanks to D. Sokolowski and First Bank of Owasso for their support of the Owasso Sports Network. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back listening to Ram football here on 100.1 KYFM.
Years, First Bank of Owasso has invested over $400,000 in Owasso Public Schools. This includes funds for athletic and academic teams, classroom materials, and support for our teachers. Discover the First Bank of Owasso difference by visiting one of their 3 convenient Owasso locations or by visiting firstbank.net. First Bank of Owasso, member FDIC.
I started Folds of Honor above my garage 13 years ago because 90% of spouses and children of killed or disabled U.S. service members receive no federal education assistance. Our mission has never wavered. We honor their sacrifices by educating their legacy.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to you, I will be a construction engineer.
Elementary school teacher. Thank you for helping me fulfill my dream of going to med school.
We're able to award these scholarships because patriots like you refuse to turn your back on the cost of freedom. Join the Folds of Honor Squadron today. Your $13 a month will help ensure we never turn military families away. This is your call to duty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to people like you, I know my dad is not forgotten.
Executive Homes is proud to introduce Owasso's premier neighborhood, Presley Hollow. Located on 76th Street and 148th East Avenue, Presley Hollow features the area's best amenities, including 2 pools, basketball court, state-of-the-art playground, clubhouse, and 2 ponds. Starting just above $300,000, each home in Presley Hollow is loaded with premium finishes and always available at a guaranteed price. Visit executivehomes.com for more information. Hello, Ram Nation. This is Coach Blankenship. We're proud to have a winning tradition here in Owasso, both on the field and off. And as we strive for excellence, our partners at Jim Glover Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat strive for excellence also. And that's why they're this year's Dealer Raiders Dealer of the Year. With the region's only Jeep showcase store, Jim Glover Jeep focused specifically on the Jeep lifestyle. So if you're in the market for a Jeep, there's only one place to go, and that's Jim Glover here in Owasso. Don't forget they can customize your Jeep to fit your lifestyle. Tell them Coach B sent you.
Welcome back to the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth for the Owasso Ram football postgame show. Owasso defeating the Moore Lions here at Moore School Stadium 49-28. That is your First Bank of Owasso final score. And Steve Mowry welcoming you back into the booth. A pretty back and forth game tonight, but Owasso able to take it. It felt like Owasso controlled most of the game. And it ended up being a 3-touchdown ball game at the end of the night.
Yeah, but it was back and forth early on, and it started with the kickoff return by the Moore Lions, and you were kind of looking at yourself going, what is going on? And then the Rams respond with a one-play 63-yard touchdown pass from Willingham to Thomas. But give these Moore Lions credit. They are a really good ball club, and we've talked to J.D. Northcutt and the radio crew from the Moore Lions. They're just excited to be here and in this position because they haven't had a lot of success in the last few years. So this is exciting for them and a good ball club that Owasso beat here tonight. But give the Owasso Rams credit. They righted the ship, got things going again.
Owasso improving to 7-2 on the season and 4-2 in district play. Moore falling to 6-3 and 3-3 in district play. Steve, let's talk about our play of the game brought to you by Owasso First Assembly of God.
Well, and Jared, it was a tough one here because there were so many big plays
Definitely.
in the game here tonight. Not just on touchdown plays, but even simple plays. You know, Cole Adams overcoming a fourth down on a reception, another first down, deep in Moore territory. And it seems like Cole's one of those guys, we could probably give it to him every week.
Yeah,
He's that
absolutely.
talented. But there was a point in the game where we come out in the third quarter and looked like the Rams were going in and score, and fumbled the football down at the 36-yard line. Moore comes down and responds with a touchdown, and at that point it's Owasso 21-14. But on the ensuing kickoff, Keelan Carney with a kickoff return of 91 yards to put the Rams back out in front by 14, 28-14. And from then on, it seems like the Rams were in control at that point. So Keelan Carney with our play of the game, our Owasso First Assembly of God play of the game.
Yeah, it definitely felt like the game could have gone either way at that point. I mean, Moore had all of the momentum after that fumble, was able to punch it in fairly simply, it looked like. I mean, the offense moved it down the field pretty routinely, scored that touchdown to get it within a touchdown, and then Keelan Carney just, unbelievably explosive, as always, goes 91 yards for that touchdown.
And again, we bring up a good point every week. It can be one of those different guys any week. You key on one of the others is going to rear up and bite you just as bad. And tonight, kind of spread the love around between all four of them.
Definitely. 91-yard kickoff return in the near the beginning of the third quarter by Keelan Carney. That is your Owasso First Assembly of God play of the game. Visit Pastors Bruce and Janet McCarty every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. at Owasso First Assembly of God, just south of CVS on 96th Street and 129th East Avenue. Now, Steve, our offensive player of the game, I think it's pretty simple. He had an unbelievable tonight, averaging nearly 30 yards per catch.
Yeah, I mean, it was the early going of Ronnie Thomas that really got the Rams going here in the ball game. Had the big 2 touchdown receptions from Mason Willingham. By the way, we'll get the numbers here in a moment, but Mason Willingham, a high honorable mention to come in his first start for Owasso, manage the game as well as he did. You know, he had to have some butterflies going, especially off of the game last week. I've got him for, I believe, 4 touchdown passes in the ball game tonight, actually 3. And then 2 of those to Ronnie Thomas. But, man, Thomas really got things going in the first half. We'll look at those individual numbers here in just a moment. But Ronnie Thomas is what got us going early, because after that kickoff return, it was Ronnie Thomas who, on one play, scores from 63 yards out. Rams come back on the next possession, and it's a 20-yard touchdown pass to Ronnie Thomas. So we're going to give him our offensive player of the game for tonight.
And on the other side of the ball, our wings to go defensive player of the game. Give it to a couple people. I think we're going to give it to a tandem.
Yeah, we're going to go with Jake Clifton and also Brandon Ramsey.
Ramsey, that's right.
And Braden Foster.
That's right.
And, we called Jake Clifton's name and number. We did it last week, too. I always look at Chris McClellan as a guy who maybe doesn't get the numbers that we think he should, but he draws so much attention. Offensive coordinators know, hey, you got to control this guy over here before you can do anything. So he draws so much attention. But, man, Jake Clifton just made play after play after play. He keeps this defense on edge and just did a fantastic job. And what can you say about Braden Foster? He came in and did the same thing. This linebacker tandem just did remarkable here tonight. And so they will both be the Wings to Go defensive players of the game. Grab your post-game snack at Wings to Go in Owasso, located in the Waterford Plaza at 96th Street and 129th East Avenue.
And Steve, I'd also like to mention, defensively, we also we talked about Tyler Rich, we talked about Gage Smith, and also Trey Hall had a great game as well. So that front line did a really good job, and then allowed those linebackers to come in, especially on those blitz packages. Oh my goodness, those were just so powerful.
And then you got Michael Jamerson in there as well, and he's going over on the offensive side, so he's doing double duty here tonight, trying to learn some of the offensive schemes because of the depth issues that we're facing. So just a great team effort overall tonight. Secondary did a great job. We missed Cody Chase, but I think Jake Gillespie is starting to grow up, become a leader there in the secondary. Corners playing well, so just a great defensive effort tonight by the Rams.
I think you have final stats for us. Let's take a look at those real quick before we get to the final word.
Well, the final numbers are very strong for the Rams. They had 17 first downs in the game, matching Moore's 17 first downs. Owasso 186 yards on the ground, 196 for Moore, 290 through the air, as Owasso was 15 of 17. Most of that Mason Willingham. Austin Haven had a pass in there as well, as so did Cole Adams for a touchdown. 290 yards through the air, none through the air, or actually 10 of 18 for 158 yards for the Moore Lions. 476 total yards for Owasso, 354 yards for the Lions. The Rams lost 2 fumbles here tonight. Again, something you want to clean up there, along with the penalties.
It was a fumble.
1.5?
Yeah, 1.5.
10 penalties for 126 yards. Certainly want to clean that up. One of our keys to the game. Mistakes, penalties, and turnovers. So certainly got some work to do there. On the other side, 3 penalties for 15 yards against Moore. Rams on third down, 3 of 5. Moore 3 of 9. Owasso perfect on fourth down, 2 of 2, but holding Moore to 1 of 4. Looking at the rushing numbers for Moore, it was Jones with 4 rushes for 17 yards. Simon had 2 carries for 20 yards and 1 touchdown. Wolf had 13 carries for 41 yards and a touchdown. Dawkins 11 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown. Wolf was 10 of 18 in the pocket for 158 yards. Receiving, it was Henderson with 4 receptions for 44 yards, and Simon 1 reception for 12 yards. Dawkins did have 5 receptions for 102 yards, but a lot of that was on 1 or 2 plays.
Right.
I think for the most part, the Rams were able to hold him in check, not only with the secondary, but because of the pass rush and the pressure that was put on Wolf. So kind of a double-edged sword by that Ram defense.
And that's nothing new for Owasso's defense. I mean, look at the receivers that we've had to go up against this year. I mean, the state's number 1 and number 2 wide receiver in Oklahoma. Arkansas's number 1 wide receiver in their state. Obviously, Dawkins is an unbelievable athlete. I mean, he'll get some offers for sure, I would imagine, go somewhere and play at the next level. But this is nothing new for Owasso's defense.
Well, and the Rams did a good job of containing him and keeping him, contained for the most part. Because when we saw the couple of times when he gets out into space, you're like, oh, this kid's for real.
Right, absolutely.
So he's a fun one to watch. On the other side for Owasso, it was Derek Overstreet with 9 carries for 44 yards and 2 touchdowns. Emery Neely with 6 carries for 36 yards, and Willingham 12 carries for 44 yards and a touchdown. It was Mason Willingham 13 of 14 on the night, 270 yards and 3 touchdowns, all of those going to Ronnie Thomas. But you got to like the way that he managed the game.
Absolutely.
Those are great numbers. But the other thing, too, Jared, is he doesn't make a mistake that puts you behind the 8 ball. And I really like what we saw out of him tonight, not only through the air, but with his feet. Does a really good job of managing that.
Not a bad debut.
Passing receiving, it was Thomas, as we mentioned, 5 receptions for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns. Adams with 5 receptions for 77 yards and 1 touchdown. And when Cole Adams catches the football, it's the most exciting 77 yards you'll see on receptions. Chris McClellan gets in the action
That's
tonight,
right.
had a catch for 8 yards
And a
on
big
that
first down conversion.
play. That's exactly right. And then Austin with a reception for 22 yards. Haven with a reception for 2 yards, the 2-point conversion
big one.
that we caught, and then Carney 2 receptions for 24 yards. But those number there is reflective of the big game here tonight. You look at 476 total yards for the Owasso Rams, backed up on the 650 they gained last week.
Yeah, and all of that adding up to 49 points on the scoreboard, 49 to 28, excuse me,
right.
Your final score. And that brings us to the best part of the evening, the Maori Funeral Service final word.
Well, I think we were really looking forward to this Thursday game, one, to get that taste out of our mouth from last week. That was not indicative of what this Owasso Ram ball club is. It put their backs against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have a road playoff game. In all likelihood, it's going to be another Blankenship matchup with Josh Blankenship and the Broken
We don't
Arrow
have to
Tigers.
think about it till we get there, though.
Right. We got business to take care
Sure.
of next week. It'll be senior night at Putnam City because we seem to be drawing everyone's senior night at this time of the season. So we got to, again, it's always a concern traveling down the turnpike and finishing off the season. You know you're going to face an opponent that it has not been as successful. But final thought here tonight is, man, you came off of that devastating loss last week, and you come out here, you played a good football team, you put another 49 points on the board. You're averaging about 44 points a game. Real excited about this ball club and where they are and where they're headed. So just thank goodness we're back on the winning track again.
Definitely. 49-28, your final score here at Moore Schools Stadium. We're fixing to get out of here. Long drive back home. Join us again on Wednesday night for the Bill Blankenship Show right here on 100.1 KYFM. That's next Wednesday. And next Friday, the final home game of the regular season. The Rams travel to Putnam City High School. That is next Friday night, 7 o'clock, same time next Friday night. Steve, let's close it out.
Well, it's been a great night here tonight for the Owasso Rams as they improve to 7-2 on the season. Should be locking in that 3rd place in the district as they defeat the Moore Lions here tonight on the road. A big win, 49-28. For Rob Williams, my stat man over here doing a great job for us, for our streaming crew, Brock Crawford and Brandon Brewer, for my wingman tonight, Jared Gallagher, I'm Steve Mowry. You've been listening to Owasso Ram Football right here on your Owasso Sports Network. Good night, everyone.